Joe Rogan Podcast. Check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
So we can. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Your face.
I have Kaposi's sarcoma.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to have a fun look. It's my 10th time.
And what is a Lichtenstein? Is that what you said?
Roy Lichtenstein.
Who's that?
He's the.
Do you know who it is?
Yeah.
You know the pictures. Pull up Drowning Girl. Jamie, pull it up. I get to say it. This guy.
Oh, he's a comic book artist.
No, he's a pop artist.
art.
He drew comic books into paintings in the 60s. You've seen his stuff.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I have now. I've seen them in memes.
Exactly.
Like a man backhanding a woman.
No.
No? That's not the meme?
No.
No?
No.
Well, he's stepping on her hand right there.
That's his hand. It's a guy's hand.
Oh, it's a guy's
It's
hand.
a cop, I
It's
think.
a feminine man. Oh, Jeff, I love you too, but okay. The dots, I get it.
This was a lot of what I wanted to do, which I couldn't do. I wanted to do an Uncanny Valley look. And look like a mannequin with like lifeless eyes and like kind of like Lex, right? But that was a lot of money.
Like CGI from 10 years ago.
Yes. Or like, yeah. So I just went with this.
Okay.
I was on. No. This is. I was on Jordan's show last January 6th, and I had the QAnon shaman paint my face with his look, and I had a Russian fur hat, and I had the boots and everything. And Jordan Peterson had to sit and talk to me for 3 hours, looking like a complete mental patient. And you're going to forget in a couple of minutes, when someone's looking like this. But for anyone tuning in, it's just like, and especially the clips go wide. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, I know. I've done dozens of podcasts with Duncan where we're dressed
exactly.
up like clowns and
It's
furries.
like why are they dressed like astronauts? Yeah, I think the internet it's going in a dark. Yeah, wait, isn't it say like the face of evil? There's the one that's the psychology of pure evil. Michael Malice.
How is Jordan doing? Is he okay?
I think he's doing better. I just talked to Michaela a couple of days ago. I think he's out of the woods. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, or what's
Can
my
you say
place
what
to
happened
say.
to him?
I don't really know. I think you'd have to talk to her. This is really something I don't know what I'm supposed to.
He just keeps going through this series of ongoing health crises.
Yeah, and it's what bothers me a lot is how much glee people seem to have with this, and I think. Like I was just saying a second ago, I think the internet's going in a dark place.
People are going in a dark place. The internet's leading them there, but it's people.
Well, I think it's like a snake eating its own tail, don't you think? I think, and when AI starts validating, your preconceptions, I'm very scared about the near future.
I'm very scared too because so many people are so easily led and so prone to whatever the ideology is at the moment, just full scale adopting it.
I was on Gutfeld a couple months ago, and they were talking about how Sam Altman said ChatGPT is going to have erotica now. And everyone's like, well, what's erotica? They're making jokes. And I go, listen, I said, not that long ago, John Hinckley shot, in 1981, he shot President Reagan because he thought Jodie Foster was going to fall in love with him, and thereby turning her away from men forever, right? And I said, what happens when ChatGPT, you really hate Trump, or you really hate Joe Rogan, or you really hate Fauci or Kamala Harris, and your AI friend is ginning you up, being like, yeah, they're terrible. Like, if there's 350 million people, you're saying out of those, 350 aren't going to try to do something?
Right. I mean, they've already had ChatGPT talk people into killing themselves.
I know. That's
Whether it's ChatGPT or whatever AI, large language model.
Yeah, I am, and I don't see any breaks on this, and it's happening, I think, faster than we can. The whole point of the paleo diet, not the whole point, but a large part of the paleo lifestyle is, our biology has not kept up with our technology, right? And that kind of makes sense in a food thing. Push comes to shove, processed food you should avoid. Whole food, natural food is probably better for you. That's just a good heuristic for anyone. But when you're talking about the mind, people argue, are human beings basically good? Human beings basically bad? I think human beings are basically animals, and animals can be enormously collaborative and wonderful and work together. Even across species, you see these videos of like a dog saving a cow or whatever it is. But animals are also, I don't need to tell you, there's that chimp in all of us.
Yeah.
And when that mob starts fomenting, like, people want blood and they love it.
Yeah, you also get all this powerful reinforcement from other people in the group that tell you that you're doing the right thing and they support you.
And if you, the thing with the Epstein stuff online is just really kind of like, I remember 5 minutes ago, right, for the blue-pilled people on COVID. If you don't care about COVID as much as I do, and if you aren't informed as COVID as much as I am, you want to kill grandma, right? Like that's, you're told this explicitly.
Your kids should be taken away from you, should be banned from society.
Right. And my buddy Lou Perez, who's a great comic, he had a great tweet. He goes, if you don't have COVID, you can't spread COVID. I can't give it to you just because I'm a bad person, right? But that was the mindset. And now there's so much, there's what, 3 million Epstein docs? If you are not as invested as some people, you are a kid toucher, you're covering for them, you want this to happen, you're complicit retroactively somehow.
Yeah.
And I can't make heads or tails of it. I had Luke Rukowski on my show, who's been a conspiracy, I'm not saying in a negative way, conspiracy guy for a very long time. He used to work with Alex. He broke it down. Then I had Michael Tracy on my show, and he said, look, a lot of this hysteria, I don't know who is right, who is wrong, but if I have any kind of skepticism, I am somehow wanting children to be abused. It's insane.
Well, it's like so much of it is cryptic. Like we don't necessarily understand what they were talking about.
Right. And if you say,
like, what's beef jerky?
Here's the thing. It's obviously kids. It's not just that it might be kids or probably, it's obvious. And if you're denying that jerky is obviously kids, you're denying that people hurt children. I'm not denying people hurt children. I'm just saying, what if it's heroin? What if it's weapon? I haven't read all those emails, but the idea that it's definitely literally infants, it seems like I want to see some receipts.
Yeah, it could be many things. I mean, it certainly is a code, which indicates, at least to me, that they were doing something they didn't want people to know about.
And I remember with the Pizzagate stuff, I talked about this in my book, and you're right, I had to get through this through the legal, because there was an email where it's like, oh, the maps or the flags are really angry today. So they're obviously not talking about maps or flags. It was obviously about something. We don't know what.
Right.
But to pretend that there was nothing there is also disingenuous. It's clearly code. But how do we know eating is not code also? Like eating jerky could be like beating off, right? Or it could be killing someone. Right. But the idea that, no, the eating part is true, the jerky part is kids. Frankly, what bothers me is, don't you want to hope that they're not eating kids?
Yeah, well, it's like people just want to know. And if they already were and have been doing it for a long time, that seemed outrageous before a gigantic ring was exposed where there really was a sex trafficker who was compromising people and really was doing it at the behest of at least an intelligence agency, whether it's ours or the Israelis or whoever it is.
Or the Russians.
A lot of people want to say it's the Russians. Well, is there any validity to the Russian
I have
thing?
no idea. The reason I said the Russians is because I was on Drudge, and the headline was Epstein was Russian operative. So it was presented on Drudge, don't take my word for it, as, oh, there's the receipts. This is why I'm saying there's Mossad connections with him, obviously, especially with Ghislaine. CIA is a no-brainer, because why didn't they bag this guy for years?
Right.
I talked to Kurt Metzger about this, and broadly speaking, and he makes the point, like, these are all interconnected. This idea that we're going to separate out, like, the CIA from MI6 is they're buddies with each other. And frankly, that's in many cases a good thing. You want to be working with other countries if you have international trafficking or terrorism or crimes, but I don't know. I can't even finish the sentence.
Right. No, but you're honest. That's why. Now, the Russian thing, is there anything that makes sense to you to that?
What is
going on here? New documents show Justice Department documents mention Russia thousands of times, Vladimir Putin over 1,000 times, reflecting extensive Russia-related communications and contacts in Epstein's network. Emails, travel records indicate... Okay, so there's real something to it. Epstein made multiple trips to Russia, obtained business visas, had scouts there recruiting young Russian women for him, of course, similar to his operations elsewhere. The files describe Epstein cultivating ties with Russian political and business elites, acting as a facilitator in deals and introductions, not just sexual encounters. Epstein repeatedly sought a meeting or back-channel communications with President Vladimir Putin, at times suggesting he had advice or insight to offer about dealing with Donald Trump. He had documented ties to at least one former Russian official with a background in the FSB, whom he used to gather information on a woman he claimed was trying to extort his business partners. Well, for sure you're going to have that.
But
You
here's
got
the
a
other thing,
bunch of
people
Russian
need-
hookers that you're bringing over there. Some of them are going to try to
Here's
extort
the
you.
thing, Putin was ex-KGB. The
Right.
KGB for decades, for like almost a century, was blackmailing Americans. This is one of the big reasons why you couldn't be, there were restrictions against gays, because if you were gay at a time when it was socially unacceptable and the Russians found out about it, they flipped you. Because they would sit you down and they'd be like, look, we know we're going to out you, or you're going to play
Right.
ball.
Right.
And in those situations, you're going to play ball. This is a
Right.
huge scandal for a long time.
And that's there's a lot. There's a large percentage, I don't know what the population is, of these undercover gay politicians.
Oh, yeah. But I don't mean
There's a
politicians. I mean the
lot.
bureaucrats, like people working for Johnson and FDR. This was a thing, and they would know.
Yeah.
And they would have honeypots. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be hard at that time.
Right. And for men, it's so easy to get us. Like, God, it must be hard to get women.
Yeah, how would you blackmail a woman?
I mean, well, how do you trick them into fucking some guy they shouldn't be fucking, and why would anybody care? See, no one cares. Like, if a woman has an affair on her husband and has sex with some hot guy on an island, everybody's like, you go, girl.
Yeah, if Stella got her groove back.
Yeah, Stella got her groove back.
How would if I wanted? Okay, let's walk through this. If there's a CIA lady and I want to flip her,
Right.
How do I?
You'd got to get her to fall in love with you.
No, or you gotta get her husband to cheat. Or go threaten her kids. You got to threaten her kids.
Yeah.
Threaten the kids.
Yeah.
But that's a hard one.
But that's a different thing than
How do you
getting her to
how do you
do something that
blackmail
she
a-
shouldn't have done out of lust.
How do you blackmail a woman?
Yeah, you don't have a. That's probably why a lot of women are in trouble.
Why they are in trouble?
Aren't.
Yeah, they aren't. Yeah.
Right, because like I would imagine you would want them too. There's plenty of women politicians you'd want to compromise. I mean, they did get Stacey Plaskett. She was cooperating with Epstein, going back and forth during Trump's administration.
Did you see also Kristen Sinema, that lawsuit?
Oh no, I didn't
So
see
she
it.
was the senator from Arizona. She was a centrist, and of course
Right.
they ran her out of town. And she broke up a marriage, basically. And in North or South Carolina, where she's being sued, you can be liable for damages if you're like the side piece.
Oh, I've seen that.
And in the lawsuit, it's
That's a
like,
crazy law.
I know.
That's a bitch ass law.
And you're suing a senator, and the thing, and I believe the filing completely, because the filing said he had PTSD, so she was offering to give him psychedelics to help him heal, which I'm sure she did. And basically, they just started a relationship. He left the wife, and it's like, this is unfortunate, but it happens. But she's facing damages now.
That's so wild that that's a law.
Yeah.
Like, what if the person was on the way out anyway?
But that's his argument, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, but the case, oh no, we were a loving couple. We never had any problems. Then Sinema shows up, and now look at me. Blah,
How
blah,
is that
blah.
not the man's fault?
I don't. I think it's probably both. Well, I know. She's suing Sinema. She's not suing the guy, I don't think.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
What
So-
a stupid fucking law.
I don't know, North or South Carolina.
There's some of them old school laws that are so dumb. How is that a law that people have to be together? Like, people change their minds on people all the time. They don't want to be with someone anymore. You meet someone you really like, and you go, I can't imagine living the rest of my life without this person, and I've been trapped in this fucking horrible marriage. I'm out. And then that person gets sued.
She had some other funny thing about like, no, the guy texted her like, I think it was fuck the military, and she writes back only the hot ones. So there's like, so she got all the texts out of his phone.
That's funny.
It's funny. It's a joke.
Right.
But I also, it's like, I think when the feminists talk about the kind of misogyny here, I think there is a bit of misogyny, that you're blaming the woman and you're not blaming the guy.
Oh yeah, for that, like the lawsuit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is such a bitch ass lawsuit. North Carolina is one of a handful of states that allow jilted spouses to sue for alienation of affection.
it's just her.
To seek damages from a third party responsible for the breakup of their marriage. You should only be able to pay them in tissues. You should pay them in just crates and crates of tissues. Oh, you get $500,000 worth of tissues.
I
Just bring up fucking semis filled with tissues.
I just think it's so salacious. And
Stupid.
we shouldn't need to know this.
Well, even if we do know it, the law itself is fucking preposterous.
Yeah.
Alienation of affection. Well, how People decide they don't like people all the time. That's why divorce exists.
Yes.
And one of the reasons divorce exists is because people find someone they like more. And they go, oh, I fucked up. I have to get out of this marriage. I'm in love with this other person.
And you don't always have to get divorced. There's plenty of marriages that survive shit like this.
Yeah, that's true too.
So what's the counter that, fuck you, you're a bitch? Like he doesn't like you anymore?
But the lawsuit thing is curly. You can get money for that?
What's
Like,
Jamie,
Kristen
do you know how
Sinema
much-
has to pay this lady money
I
because she
think it's
sucked
millions.
that guy's
I think it's
millions?
I think she's suing for a lot.
How much?
Do you know what the damages are, Jamie? Can you
Well, you
look?
go high just to settle.
Yeah,
right?
but the fact that there's no I don't know what the ceiling is. I'm not an North Carolina attorney, but it's not cheap. It's like I think the side piece is she's not a hoe. She's basically paying the wife alimony.
Oh my God, it's real money.
Yeah, it's no joke. Does it say?
Who would fucking?
$75,000 in damages.
That's it.
Yeah. This is also she gave $9,000 to a man she's accused of.
Wait, if it's 75 grand, she would have paid it to shut her up.
Maybe she just doesn't want to out of principle.
Let me see.
It's got to be more than 75 grand. There's no way you're a senator. You're just gonna.
Maybe.
Because this is
Maybe because most people have the reaction that we're having. Like, no one's outraged. No one's angry.
I
her?
think the response is that. Oh, that's
Yeah,
it.
she's alienation of affection.
That's it?
Nicknamed the Homewrecker Law and is seeking $75,000 in damages per her lawyers. She argued that in a complaint that Sinema engaged in numerous unlawful acts with her ex-husband, including, but not limited to, having conversations with him. That's unlawful? Meeting him under emotionally and physically romantic and sexual circumstances. Having sexual encounters with him and encouraging him to leave his wife.
She took her to some concert together. I think it was like
They said they went to a bunch of concerts.
They went to
together.
Copeland.
I think it was like Dave Matthews.
Green Day,
Green
U2,
Day.
a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, is that a physically romantic and sexual encounter? Is that what that is?
Well, I think it's romantic.
Put that back up, please.
I was going to the concerts.
I mean, the lawsuit alleges that in the fall of 2023, when Sinema's then head of security resigned, the head disclosed to Matthew Amell concerns that Sinema was having sexual relations. What a bitch-ass security guard. Sexual relations with other security members. The security head urged Matthew Amell to leave, but Amell refused,
Wait, I love
citing the job's financial
I love
security.
the idea. Like, you don't want this gig. She'll fuck you.
She's fucking her security guards.
Yeah, more power to her.
She's
I
a wild
say.
bitch. While on the job, Matthew Amell had at one point informed his ex-wife, according to her complaint, that should he and Sinema be together on a work trip to Napa Valley, California, it would have appeared as if they were on a romantic getaway. 2024, Heather Amell discovered that Sinema frequently messaged her ex-husband on Signal, which included a picture of the former senator wrapped in a towel and a suggestion that he bring MDMA. Yeah, let's go,
Yeah.
Kristen. The drug commonly known as Molly or ecstasy to a work trip so that Sinema could guide him through a psychedelic experience. Wink, wink. In March of 2024, Matthew Amell informed his then wife that while he was serving as Sinema security at an event, the former senator was getting handsy, and that she held his hand and touched him. According to the complaint, Matthew Amell expressed that he didn't know how to get out of the situation without offending Sinema.
She was also the first bisexual member of the Senate ever.
What a good kid.
So you know she's a freak.
What a good kid. Molly, towels, pictures. Let's go.
She's got my vote.
I'm vote for again. She should run for president.
She should run for Sinema for president.
Let's go, Sinema. Come on, she's a centrist. That's what America needs.
Yes.
You want a woman president?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get a freak in the office.
I think we have a freak in the office
He
right now.
struggled to admit to the affair, the complaint says, but expressed that he wanted a divorce. Oh, he struggled to admit to the affair, but expressed that he wanted a divorce. After a November work trip, Heather and Matthew Amell separated. Her complaint alleges that her ex-husband and Sinema remained romantically involved. Sinema and Matthew Amell both appeared at a forum in October. Are they still together?
I don't know.
Those don't last.
It's only 6 states.
Chicks get bored once they win. Once they win and they get you, I'm like, who's next?
Who the hell knows what's
Yeah,
in her
it's
head?
bored.
She's a
You're
senator.
bored. This episode is brought to you by Athletic Brewing. Athletic Brewing Company's non-alcoholic beer is a total game changer. The first time you try it, you're like, wait, How is this non-alcoholic? They've won 185 global taste awards, and they got a ton of different styles. You get the ritual, you still get the taste, just without the hangover. They've got everything, Goldens, IPAs, light brews, even this new lime and salt one if you want something refreshing. Whatever the mood calls for, they've got the flavor. You can find Athletic Brewing at over 75,000 grocery stores or liquor stores, bars, and restaurants nationwide. Or you can grab some of their limited release stuff directly from their website. Go to athleticbrewing.com/Rogan to find stores near you or get brews shipped right to your door. Use code Rogan to get 15% off your first online order. Near Beer. Terms and conditions and certain limitations apply. Athletic Brewing Company, fit for all times. You're bored.
The security guard said explicitly she's boning all the security guards.
Yeah.
It's like she's going through them.
She's a freak.
Yeah, more power to her.
Yeah, like, look, we don't have any problem with men that do that.
I think we do.
Well, we do now.
I think
some people do. I don't. There's two types of people that want to be leaders. Warmongers and pussy hounds. I prefer the pussy hounds. Don't leave your wife alone with them. But I prefer them because at least they're just trying to get sex. They're not trying to blow up the world and conquer and like they want to be Genghis Khan. Actually, Genghis Khan
is it your position that Lindsey Graham is not a pussy hound? Is that
it is my position that Lindsey Graham is allergic to pussy.
Yeah. Wait, are they?
Remember when they asked him if he was going to run for president? When he's single. Yeah, but he's single.
Yeah.
And what about a first lady? He's like, maybe I'll have a bunch of first ladies.
Oh my! Did he say that?
He said something along those lines.
I remember,
which is never something a man would say who's into women.
Barbara Mikulski, who was this senator from Maryland for many years, who was like 4'11" hobbit creature, clearly gay. No disrespect to her. She was asked about it. And she turns to the guy next to her and is like, hey, good looking. It was something like that. It was so cringe and awkward. Yeah. So.
What did Lindsey Graham say about having many first ladies?
Oh, my God.
He mentioned his sister as someone who could fill in for the role, it says.
Oh, okay.
And he would have a, quote quotes, rotating first lady.
Because, Dolly Madison did that. Like, there was one of the first early founding fathers was a widower.
Rotating,
so the daughter.
His sister first and then rotating first lady. What year was this when he was running? 2015.
Yeah.
Hey.
Do you remember the thing I remember about his campaign is Trump had a rally and he gave out Lindsey Graham's phone number, right?
He did?
Oh, you don't remember this? So this is the best part. No, this was so insane. So Trump is like, because Lindsey would call him for campaign donations, and Trump's like, if you guys don't agree, let's give him a call. He holds up the pay, goes 345, blah blah blah, and Lindsey, yeah. Look at face.
Look at his face. What is this world we're living in?
No. But hold on, it gets even better. So Lindsey, like, how do I reclaim the narrative? Lindsey filmed a video of him taking his phone and breaking with the hammer, and I'm like, but you still have the same number. You just broke your own phone. You're not trolling Trump at all. It's like if I
just broke a device.
Right.
You could have gone to Verizon and had your number switched.
If you
fucking
give out
moron.
my license plate and I wreck my own car, I'm not trolling you. I'm trolling me. I'm like, does no one realize this doesn't make any sense? It was so crazy.
Everyone's so performative.
Is there someone who's a warmonger? Well, Bill Putin's a pussy hound.
Is he though?
I would. Yeah. Did you not see?
He's more of a warmonger.
But he's both. Did you not see him with the topless girls?
Oh, really?
There he was.
Here he goes. He's throwing it in the blender.
Oh my god.
He's hitting it with a hammer, a golf ball. Oh, lighting it on fire. Oh, let me see that swing. Let me see that bad shit. You put Red Bull in with the phone? What's that about?
I think it's gas lighter fluid. No.
He didn't even get through.
Oh, it is Red Bull. Why is there Red Bull?
He hit it with a golf swing. He lit it on fire. Like, this is so cringe.
But it doesn't make any sense.
He put it in a fucking
bagel oven? Is that pizza bagels?
Oh my God, what's wrong with this dude?
But your number's the same.
What a silly bitch. That's back in the old flip phone days, too.
Yeah, 2015.
Wow. He was still rocking a flip phone back then. No iPhone.
People are rocking them now again because the state of surveillance things. My friend Dave has one.
Does a flip phone help you?
I think so.
How so?
I don't know. I'd have to ask Dave.
You can still get all those text messages.
But I think I think you're spending less time on the internet.
That's true. Yeah. But you could also just spend less time on the internet.
Yes, that is also an option. I think that's a healthy option. I think
You could do
Do you know
it.
what I want to hear your thoughts on this. So during COVID, there was a huge amount of time that everyone's spending online. Everyone's
Yeah.
obsessing with COVID. Everyone's constantly agitated. And my concern is that these social media, Mark Zuckerberg's job is to keep you on Facebook as much as possible, right? All that data that they had during COVID is still there.
Right.
And I think all these social media companies are still keeping us in a constant state of agitation. So you're stuck watching these screens and it's really doing harm and it's not getting better.
That's a fact.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But I don't
well,
think-
isn't he testifying? They're testifying soon about whether or not they set up their algorithms to harm children. They set up their algorithms to addict children to their social media platform.
Well, you remember Elsagate?
Elsagate, yeah.
Yeah, that was the whole thing.
Yeah, explain that to people.
Well, Elsagate was this. I still don't think we have an answer. People made these. They don't even know where it came from, other than
Right.
overseas. There are these bizarre YouTube videos with millions of views where it'd be like the Hulk, but he's like sniffing kids' feet, and Elsa's just doing like putting in a cage, like bizarre things that is kind of sexual, but not really. And you don't know what the purpose is. But because they were like gaming the algorithm, you know, YouTube, Trump got in trouble with this. When Trump was sharing that video, the very end of it went to a Lion King video making fun of the Democrats. There's that
Yes.
1 second of the Obamas as apes from the beginning.
Right.
They cut there and it looked like he was sharing that. It was just the next video that was queued up. And it looks like Trump shared a video of the Obamas as apes on purpose.
Well, they were all in it in
They
the
were all
same
in it.
video.
But I think-
it was like Hillary was a warthog, Obama or Biden was also an ape, and he was eating a banana.
Pritzker
it
was
the
an
Lion
elephant.
King,
Right.
And Trump came out as a lion.
Right, but the point is, I think what he posted only the first second.
I don't think he posted it.
Yes, he did.
I thought it was an intern.
Well, the point, I mean, it's from his account.
But someone reposted it,
Right.
right? That's what it was.
No, he reposted somebody else.
I think so,
Yeah.
his intern
Right, but the point
reposted
is, anyway, with Elsagate, kids start watching one video and the algorithm just snags them.
Yeah.
And 1 hour later, they're watching completely deranged stuff.
The Elsagate thing was weird too because a lot of it was like old cartoons. And what people were saying is that if your child, like say if you give your child an iPad
Right.
and it goes from one YouTube video to the
Right.
next and then suggest, those got lumped in there and you would click on it and it was all of a sudden like someone would get a bottle broken over their head.
Yeah.
There'd be blood everywhere. It was really weird.
Right, and it's
Like a Mickey Mouse cartoon.
and there was no utility to this.
Are those still available?
I'm looking at the Wikipedia says it's kind of it's continued, but it's switched from like it's whatever's popular at the time for kids. So back then it was Frozen or whatever, and now it's like Minecraft.
What are they
and-
doing though? Like why?
right,
Why
it makes
are
no
they?
sense.
Like what? Why would they have these cartoon characters get hit over the head with bottles and? Because you remember that one? Like a lot of them, they would get drunk and fall and break their head on a fucking countertop or something.
Or they'd be covered. I think this was another one. They were covered in dots for no reason. I'm not even kidding.
Really?
It was just like, what is going on? Or they're eating weird stuff.
So does YouTube remove those videos? Because there's plenty of violent videos on YouTube. Like, is it because do they put like an age restriction on them?
I don't think they did because what's the age restriction? There's nothing sexual. There's nothing.
Well, violence.
but some of them were just weird.
Yeah, some of them were just
Like lots of
weird.
shots of feet.
Uh-huh.
It was-
And there was a lot of ones where kids got left alone with creeps.
yeah.
Yeah. Cartoons. Very strange.
But there was also live action stuff.
Oh, really?
Yes. And it's just like, who are these people filming this? And for what? I saw another one. There was this channel which has millions of views for each video. And it's things like turtles vomiting up fish, like dead fish, like live action, or dead fish coming from the ground as if it's I don't understand what the point of this is.
Do you remember
makes you feel
during
old.
Benghazi, they tried to blame the attack on
That's
this
right.
video?
Oh, my God.
You remember that?
Of course.
That was the propaganda was that there was some video that no one had seen,
Right.
like some terrible video. Some really
that got everyone
bad-
all riled up, right?
Yeah,
And they're-
that got the Muslims riled up, and that's why they attacked.
And there was also she was also blaming the 2016 election on ads on the dark web. It's like, how many people on the dark web? Do you even know what it is? Like,
Right.
What are you talking about?
Ads on the dark web flip the election. That's hilarious.
That's insane.
50 incels
Right.
in a chat room.
Like, but that was she says this all the time, Hillary,
Yeah.
to this day.
Well, she just says it, you know? Like, she doesn't have to be credible anymore. It's like we just know that kind of community. Like, if you're having a one-on-one conversation with her, just privately, and she started talking like that, you'd be like, what are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense.
Did you
Do
not
you really
see
believe that?
when she got clowned in Europe this week?
I did, with the Czechoslovakian guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny.
It was very funny.
It's like, but the way she was interrupting too, you want women to have their rights taken away? Like what? That's not what he's saying. He's literally talking about all this crazy shit, these gender transitions, and people were really like they'd had enough with the immigration. People had had enough. You're pretending that's not real. Like this way forward. Like if the Democrats want to have a way forward where they connect with people, you got to admit that there was some reason why people were responding the way they did to a fucking open border, to men playing in women's sports, to all this shit, gender transitions of children. Like people were freaked out, and not just fucking Republicans. A lot of people.
Yeah, Karen's a swing voter. Karen doesn't like this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw. Did you see Nancy Pelosi's retirement video?
No.
Well, you laugh, but Nancy Pelosi is probably the smartest politician in Washington in terms of being crafty. Like, she knows how to fucking get a bill passed. She knows how to make people walk the plank. So she's retiring from Congress this year. She had this 10-minute long video about, saying goodbye to San Francisco. 10 minutes. She talks about AIDS at length, right? Because obviously it affected San Francisco. Doesn't mention the word gay once, even in context of AIDS. Doesn't mention LGBT. Doesn't mention black people, people of color. She mentions how much she loves going to church, St. Thomas of Assisi, and Veterans Day. So I'm like, she knows what you're saying.
Yeah.
You got to pivot and start talking to people about pocketbook stuff. But then Gavin Newsom recently undid his, he backtracked with Charlie Kirk when he's just like, yeah, I know about men and women's sports. And now he's doubling down on trans kids, which is...
Is he really?
Oh, yeah. He just started doubling down.
God, how does he think that that's going to work now?
I think he thinks he's got to get through that primary.
Right, but does he not know that people are done?
No, because I'm sure he has better polling than you or I. And I'm sure...
Maybe I'm just naive about California.
Well, it's not California. It's the Democratic base who's going to vote for him. He's also killed his mom.
What?
Yeah, he did assisted suicide on his mom. He bragged about it to the Washington Post. You didn't know this?
No. What was wrong with his mom, though?
I'm sure it was something awful, but when I hear a politician talking about something that personal, that publicly, I am not going to look at it through a positive vein. And this MAID stuff is in 14 states now. Did you know this?
Yeah. Well, in Canada, it's off the hook.
Kelsey Sharon, I've been talking to her about this.
Mm-hmm.
She completely blew my mind. So first it used to be, because it's always, 55.
Long battle with breast cancer, deeply personal event he has described as a complex experience involving assisted suicide. The Washington Post report and his memoir expressed deep grief and remorse regarding her death.
Remorse is a very dark word in this context.
He was 34 and a San Francisco supervisor at the time. Yeah, but maybe it was his mom's decision and he helped her.
Sure, but
look, if you're dying of terminal cancer and your body's rotting out, I feel like just like you put a dog down, like there's times where I think assisted suicide is probably a good option if there's no hope and you're just going to be in agony for months.
And there's times where people have gender dysphoria, and it's a good thing.
Right, but that's different.
Hold on. It's not. My point is, people like Blair White, Brianna Wu, they have gender dysphoria. Mm-hmm. It's perfectly appropriate to call them she. They, it's otherwise very disturbing. 5 minutes later, once it becomes a political issue, it's anyone who just puts on a dress.
Right.
So the point that Kelsey's been going on with Canada is now they're going after people who are depressed.
Right.
They're going after people who are disabled. They're going after kids. Yeah. And the darkest thing that's happening over there, which they're importing here, is that old people are extremely expensive for the system. Right? Ugh. If you have socialized health care, I don't know what the number is, the huge number. Towards the end of your life, you're racking up those bills. So there's a huge incentive for that government to get you off of their ledger. So now they're having this movement where let's all get together and have we're all going to go kill grandma. 5 minutes ago, if you don't wear the COVID mask, you want to kill grandma, you're a bad person. Now, if you don't want to kill grandma, you're a bad person. You don't want to end this way. You were such a strong person. Die with dignity, blah, blah, blah. It's not always terminal stuff. And in Europe, they're having it with teenagers who are depressed. And you know perfectly well, everyone listening to this knows, it's not a slippery slope, it's an elevator shaft.
Is this
This is the back door.
is it financial incentive?
It's a huge financial incentive. Think about it. If you're old and you're $1,000 a day and the government's paying it, if I get rid of you, look how much I'm saving.
Right.
And you don't want to be a burden to your family. Why, you don't want to have them sitting by your bedside. Come on. It's happening here. New York just passed it. It's 14 states. And no one's talking about this.
It?
New York
Really?
just passed it.
You see, Mandami is like he's trying to figure out a way to use his budget. His budget is higher than the entire budget of the state of Florida, which has 3 times more people.
No, it's not. Is it
Yes,
really?
it is. Yeah. The
No
budget
way.
for yeah. Look it up. The budget for New York City is larger than the budget for the state of Florida.
Holy, I did not know this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is true. We should look it up.
Yes.
But I was reading an article about it today, unless the article's completely full of shit. They were saying that it's several $billion more for New York City than it is for the entire state of Florida, which has roughly 3 times as many people living in it.
Holy, is that true, Jamie? I go back, once a month to do Gutfeld, and I can't believe I'm saying this as a former New Yorker, but I like LA better now than New York.
Whoa.
It hurts me physically to say
What's wrong
this.
with New York now?
There's no
Here it is.
120.
Eye-popping amount. Insider called insanity is up around $11 billion from the
So
current
that's like
year.
9% up.
Yeah,
9.5%.
a record $127 billion budget proposal on Tuesday. The socialist city leader's plan includes a whopping 9.5% proposed property
Holy
tax
crap.
hike. 9.5 hike on New
Holy
Yorkers, which he claims would be a last resort while allocating another $1.2 billion for migrants. Migrants.
What's the Florida budget, Jamie?
Scroll down a little bit. Okay. Wow.
But that's what.
Oh my God, it's the same. It's about the same.
Yeah, the New York one would have been that this year, I think.
Yeah, but it's comparable. Holy crap.
So it's not 3 times more or whatever the fuck it is more. No, 3 times more people, right?
Right. So that is triple per capita.
Yeah, triple per capita. So
Holy shit.
the budget of Florida
Is
Florida House is 113.6 billion to 115 billion, and the New York proposal is 127
it's
billion.
more.
So it is more.
Holy crap.
So
10%
New
more
York
about.
City their budget is more than the entire state of California with
Florida.
State of Florida
Yeah.
with 3 million more people, or 3 times the people.
Holy
This
I can't even
proposal,
talk.
but for this year, it would be about the same. Because if it's 11 million, that's 116. That's
Sure.
the same.
But but the point is, it's
Yeah.
still
Well, it says it's up 11 billion from the current year.
it's still a proposal though. He hasn't passed it.
Well, he's not. Yeah, he's a fucking psychopath. Like,
Is he a
the amount for migrants is crazy. There should be $0 for illegal immigrants.
But
Zero.
I don't think you can have zero because if they're going to be there, they're going to be. You have to feed them. You have to do something with them. Like literally, if you don't feed them, they're going to be robbing stores. They have to. Human beings need food. What are you going to do?
Get them jobs.
How are you going to get a migrant a job?
Get them a job in Guatemala.
Wouldn't
I
you
don't know.
rather give them food than a job? I don't want them taking American citizens' jobs.
Well, the whole thing's a mess.
The whole thing's a mess. But the point is, you can't just throw them away.
Right.
That's the
Unless
problem.
you're going to remove them from the country.
Right. Unless you're moving. Even if you want to put them in jail, that's not cheap.
Right. That costs a lot of money.
Right. So
Yeah.
what are you going to do? I remember Piers Morgan had this amazing interview with my favorite British politician, Diane Abbott, who is really special needs, clearly. And in the UK, you have the government, which is members of parliament from the majority party, and then you have the minority party, which has a shadow cabinet. So if there's a Secretary of State, Rubio, the Democrats would have a Democrat equivalent who would deal with those issues. And she was their shadow home secretary, which deals with immigration. And he goes, Diane, if the Labour government wins the next election and you have illegal immigrants here, what do you do with them? Do they get to stay? Do you have amnesty? You're going to deport them? And she goes, Piers, the Tory system is not fit for purpose. It's terrible. We'll be more efficient and more fair. And he goes, right, gotcha. There's an illegal immigrant. Do they get to stay or are they deported? I've explained this to you. And it was just this amazing thing.
Circular.
Yeah, I love her.
How much money do they give to poor New Yorkers?
Oh, it's not. It's going to be a lot.
But is it the
there it
same
is. You
amount?
look at this.
Okay. So 7.54 billion to fill cliffs across 6 major unbudgeted needs.
Just to say, no, they haven't raised property taxes there in over 20 years.
Is that true?
That's what this says. It's 25 years since September.
Well, the
11th.
property taxes are high,
I'm just a point.
but
That's what I'm saying.
I understand they haven't raised it, but they shouldn't raise it.
Because it goes with, as the property
Yeah.
values go up, the
Exactly.
percent's going to go up, the revenue's going to go up as well.
Exactly. There's
It's
no
a
reason to
percentage,
raise it, but like this idea that they haven't done it, so they should do it, is crazy.
Oh, look at that. So if your condo is 120 grand, which is no condo is going to be that cheap, you're paying like 15% every year in property tax.
Yeah.
That's not nothing.
That's not nothing. I think the idea is that rich people are just going to pay it, and this is what they're trying to push. Meanwhile, people are going to flee, just like they've done in other countries when they've done
course,
these sort
yes.
of wealth taxes.
That's $1,200 though.
A month, but so $1,200 a month, yeah.
$1,200 for the year.
A condom
It's
assessed at $120,000 would
$14,000
go
for a
from
year.
paying $14,000 to $16,000. But
Annual
that's a
tax.
condo that's assessed at $120,000. Good luck
How's it-
finding
wait,
a condo assessed at
It's not
$120,000 in New York City.
14,000 divided by 12 is
No,
Well, for that
From-
particular condominium unit.
Right.
From 15,000 to 16,300. That's a difference of $1,300.
Oh, I see. I saw what you're talking about. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Same with
12%
this one.
on 120,000. Now do a $55 million
This is a
condo.
$3.2 million one.
The really wealthy people are responsible for a large percentage of the tax income in New York City. I think it's the upper 1%. I think the upper 1% of New York City are responsible for 50% of the tax revenue.
It's got to be something crazy.
It's something crazy like that. See what the actual number is. So the thing about that actual number is those are the people that are going to leave. Because those are the people, if they own multiple properties in New York City and then he hits them with this tax and it winds up being an excessive amount of money. And then they're planning on taxing people if they leave. This is like what they
Right.
proposed in California. They've also proposed this, I think, in the Netherlands to try to stop people from leaving.
Right.
Where you still have to pay taxes.
Or
even if
France
you
was
leave.
doing some weird thing. I remember when Depardieu was leaving, they were trying to do something.
They're all just trying to steal money. Top 1% of New York City
49,
income.
holy crap.
Yeah. Earners paid 48% of the city's personal income tax liability in 2021, the most recent year with detailed data. Why is the most recent year 5 years ago? The PIT share equates to roughly 11% of New York City's total tax revenue. PIT accounts for 23% of overall city tax collections. So it's a lot of money. 48% of the city's personal income tax liability is an enormous amount of money.
So property tax is 45%. That's where they get all their money from, which you
Yeah.
can understand because you can't take the Empire State Building somewhere else.
Right. But if you're jacking all that up, top 1% paid 40% of PIT. Shares may have declined post-2021 due to lower capital gains.
But he did do something I liked. So him and Kathy Hochul had this thing where they're trying to streamline, I'm sure there's some catch, to make it easier to build. Because they're understanding if rents are high, increasing supply is going to lower costs. So if they do that, I think that's a great thing, obviously, which I never saw coming.
Right. That's definitely good. But there's still people who are just, they don't like that kind of leadership. It's spooky.
I'm much more concerned about, he has someone in his cabinet or proposed to be in his cabinet who's concerned with decarceration. And the principle is we got too many people in jail. Now, maybe that might be true broadly speaking, but when you apply that en masse and on a case-by-case basis, who are you going to be letting out? Because I don't think this claim people used to have that like, oh, all these people are in jail because of weed. They're not. It's certainly not in New York City. When I was on a grand jury and these weed cases came along, people wouldn't even indict them. They're just like, we're not taking part of this. This is BS. And now
Right.
it's legal.
Right.
So for you to get to look at, what's the guy who was on the Jordan Neely? Was that his name? Would he have 40 arrests? The one who punched that girl in the face, the old lady in the face and tried to kidnap a girl?
Yes.
So
yes.
for you to be in jail in New York, it's not nothing.
Right. Yeah. And why? Why would they want to do this?
Because their principle is the system or society, whatever you want to call it, whether your term for it is making people who are marginalized desperate, so they act out. So instead of putting them in jail, which helps no one, is the argument, we should be working with them systemically to kind of normalize and make productive citizens out of them.
And what's their plan for that?
You have welfare programs, different training programs, just throw money at it.
Huh.
And here's the thing. I can understand that argument maybe if someone's stealing bread to feed their family. I've never understood how I'm really poor, so I'm going to hold a woman down and do bad things to her.
Right.
That's not a thing.
Or just randomly punch people in the streets or throw people in front of trains. Yeah.
That's right. It's like it's not because you're late to your job interview
Right.
that you shove somebody in front of the 6 train.
Right. Yeah. It's dark, man.
It's very dark, but LA is not as dark as this. From what I think in LA there is still this sense of hope.
Really? Because
Yes.
people I talk to in LA, everyone I know knows someone
Compared
who's
to New
been
York.
broken into. Like the home invasions.
That's right. That's the thing.
They're up in a huge way.
I'm just comparing 2 different kinds of cancer, and I'm saying the cancer
Yeah.
in LA.
Is better than the cancer in New York?
Yes.
Ugh.
Because I remember growing up, and not that long ago, with New York, there'd be this. You could find some new neighborhood, and there'd be some, cool ice cream store, some sock store, whatever, a button store, cool, fun little spots, and it would be a fun adventure. Just walk around and just walk in different places, and that's gone.
Is it?
Yeah, you can't open up some weird little store in New York anymore. The rent's through the roof. Like it's the crime is through the roof. It's miserable. LA has these little pockets, which I enjoy seeing.
So what's the solution for New York after this guy's out? Do you think that it ever turns around, or do you think it keeps going in the same general direction? And do you think the powers that be want it to go in this general direction?
It always turns around. So John Lindsay was mayor in the late 60s during like the Summer of Love stuff. You had sexual assaults through the roof. You remember New York was going bankrupt under Abe Beame when Gerald Ford was president. And Ford, the headline, I think the New York Post was Ford to New York City dropped dead. And that cost him some votes and possibly the presidency. But New York has these, I don't know what the cycle, for Giuliani to win, you had to have a Dinkins. For Obama to come in, you had to have a Bush.
Right.
So here's the other problem. There's 2 issues. One is a lot of people who could left. There didn't used to be a plan B for New York because New York was its own thing.
Now it's Florida.
Now it's Florida or Austin.
Yeah.
And New York isn't New York anymore because Fran Lebowitz, my second favorite public speaker, she had this point. She goes, look, there's a lot of things you could say about a city that's full of rich people. You could say it's good. You could say rich people are bad. You can't say it's interesting. And unless there's a space for young people who have nothing to lose, who are going to bring culture and innovation.
Artists,
broadly speaking, not just little painters, but
Right.
artists. It was Williamsburg. It was the Bowery before that. There were little pockets of magic. And I Red Hook, I remember there was a bar called Lily's, and all of Red Hook was deserted, and there's just one light open. And I came to this bar, and there were just amazing singers, and it was like a mystical experience. And there'd be street art, but you can't do that now.
A friend of mine's girlfriend used to work in this place called Den of Thieves.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And there's no sign.
Right.
You go in there, it's this dingy little hole in the wall.
Or Milk and Honey was another one.
This place is so cool.
It's so cool, but you can't do that anymore.
No.
So, and I don't think under this guy, there's gonna be that return.
So do you think he's just appealing to this base of disenfranchised young people that have been told that the reason why they have all these problems is rich people are greedy and they've ruined everything and we should tax the rich and we'll feed the poor?
I think he is speaking to a lot of people. So people on the right think everyone on the left is like a big monolith. They're not. And I think there's a lot of lefties, especially young lefties, who don't think the Democratic Party is an effective mechanism toward resolving their issues and concerns. And he's not. Just like Trump wasn't really a Republican. He's a Republican on paper. He had no allegiance to the Republican Party. He took them all out one at a time. This guy's a Democratic socialist. He has no. In 1934, when Upton Sinclair ran for governor of California, after years of running as a socialist, he goes, "People vote for the party their grandparents voted for." So he's a Democrat on paper. He's a leftist, obviously, but he's a Democrat on paper. Cuomo is the establishment hack. And he's like, look, it was like Obama in 2008. Do you want to go with this old party hack or this young guy who's got a different vision? And he definitely does have a different vision. This isn't how Hillary would govern New York City or even Eric Adams or some of these others.
I think one of the big reasons he won was that debate where he said that he wouldn't go to Israel.
You think that's a big one in New York?
100%. I think that was an enormous shift.
I
would say that's a 10-15% shift.
10-15?
Huge.
We have the
absolutely
polling.
Huge. I think the polling's horseshit because it's only people so fucking stupid they answer polls. Like, who are those people?
I think
there was a giant cultural shift where people are like, right, Shouldn't we be paying attention to New York? Why are all these people saying they want to go to Israel?
Sure.
Why are they saying that? Who's paying them? Why are they saying that? That's an odd thing to say.
Sure.
No one's saying the first thing I'm going to do is visit Belgium. They're not saying that. They're saying we're going to go to Israel.
Sure, but there's also a huge Jewish population in New York City.
Right.
So when Cuomo tapped into that, I don't think Mamdani was somehow outed
Right, but
as an anti-Zionist.
Politicians, like the percentage of people that are Jewish in New York City is small in comparison to the people that think that New York City should be the main focus of attention and not Israel.
Sure.
And I think when you have all these politicians that are doing things that don't make sense to most people, like saying the first thing I'm going to do is visit Israel. Like, what are you talking about? This city's a mess. And then this guy comes along and says, I can serve the Jewish people of New York City better in New York City.
And he had a large Jewish percentage of Jewish vote.
Right.
My point is, I don't think that number happened because of the debate. I think that was part of his appeal from the beginning.
Well, I think for fence sitters, though, that debate was big because you got to see one guy who's like, this is a solution to this system that we have been just replacing the heads of the people that are in charge, but it's the same exact mechanism.
No,
behind
that's
it.
what I was saying earlier, that he's not a member of the Democratic Party. Cuomo is this old party hack, and he's like, look, let's throw all that stuff in the garbage. This is something innovative and new. This was the argument Obama made in 2008, and he's not wrong.
Right.
Like when he had his inaugural speech and he said we're going to get rid of the cold whatever grasp of capitalism and be embraced by the warmth of collectivism, no Democrat is saying things like this. This is something completely new and completely innovative. So how it's going to look in practice. Here's the other thing, though. The mayor of New York has a ceiling to what he can do. So I would not, he's 34, I think.
Yeah.
He's young. If I'm sat in that office and I'm up against the New York City real estate industry, it's not going to be an easy fight for me.
Right.
Trump had to learn this the first term. It's like, just because you're president doesn't mean people are going to bend the knee and play ball. So who knows what this is going to look like?
And it's not just New York City. Seattle's doing the same thing.
What are they doing
Seattle, they elected a full-on communist.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Who lived
Democratic
with her
socialist.
parents and hasn't had a job, lives off her fucking parents.
Well, this is also a big concern with the Democrats in general, with both parties. When you have the base and the establishment, we're basically just gangsters who are doing money laundering, and you have the kids who are like, we've been screwed over hearing this shit for bullshit for decades. Let's have an alternative. What do you do when you're Nancy Pelosi and you're Chuck Schumer and you're, to a lesser extent, Hakeem Jeffries, and these people are coming up, the kids, wanting democratic socialism? I don't mean kids, I mean young people who are idealistic and are like, we tried your way. It didn't give us shit. It gave us Trump. What do you tell them?
Yeah, what do you tell them?
There's no answer. You like vote for Steny Hoyer for another 10 years? Like it's ridiculous. Amy Klobuchar is not going to be your candidate if you have this democratic socialist vision. She will not deliver that for you, and she'll tell you that to your face. Oh. So I think I think that's the dance Newsom is trying to do. And I don't see who I think he'd be the perfect VP because he's a great attack dog. He doesn't have to worry about defending his record.
He doesn't want to be the VP.
I've heard that too, but he was Jerry Brown's number 2. He bided his time.
Yeah, but he was Jerry Brown's number 2 when he was young and he had never been the governor.
Sure. I'm just saying, like, he would be the perfect VP for the Democrats.
I don't think he wants that. I
You don't
think he
think
wants to be the king. I think he wants to ruin San Francisco, ruin California, and then go on to become the president.
You don't think he'd have a good shot?
At being the president?
Yeah.
I think he does.
He does. He has a great shot.
I think he does. Yeah. I think people are that dumb.
I don't think it's that dumb. I think you can.
They're that dumb that they're willing to vote party line no matter what. And
That's
a guy
true.
who's just a good speaker, who's a good bullshit artist, that he could be able to sweet talk his way into that position and just fudge data, lie about stuff. Nick Shirley is in California right now doing the same thing that he was doing in Minneapolis. Oh. Yeah, and they've already uncovered fucking billions of dollars of fraud.
Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, he's making videos about it.
Oh, wow.
Same kind of fraud, Medicaid fraud through the roof, all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know how much that Minnesota stuff permeated. I mean, it took down Tim Walz, which is one of the biggest scalps. Like, no one saw that coming.
Right.
But the same thing, you take out Tim Walz, here's Klobuchar's governor. It's a hydra. You're not. Frankly, you'd rather have him. He's more defeatable than her.
Does it depend upon how much fraud gets exposed and who gets connected to that fraud and what the investigation unveils?
You're gonna have people who listen to NPR tell you with a straight face that this fraud happens under any. They'll have a list of excuses. It's been investigated and resolved. This happened. What? There's no fraud in Florida and Texas, or what are you saying? Or why are you targeting the Somalis?
Right.
So you're not going to get. And at the end of the day, I think people expect government to have fraud. And if it's in Minnesota, you're not really going to. If I'm a Democrat in Minnesota, I'm voting Democrat. And if I'm a Republican, it's not. How many votes is this going to sway?
Well, they've done an amazing job in Minnesota of distracting people from the Somali fraud by organizing protests against ICE.
Right.
And that's people need to understand. Like, yes, people are upset about ICE. Fact, unquestionably, just regular people at home that aren't protesting. But that protest is not just organized, it's funded. It's heavily funded, organized. They had signal chats with Democratic congressmen or Democratic politicians, rather, that were involved in this. They knew what they were doing, and they did it because they wanted to distract from the fact that this fraud was being exposed.
Well, I think they would do it regardless, but yes, it certainly serves that purpose.
They totally shifted the narrative.
Yes.
Nobody's talking about the fraud anymore. Everybody's talking about ICE being murderers.
Right.
Yeah.
So it worked.
It
So
worked.
that's what I'm saying. If there's more fraud exposed, I don't know that it's going to work against Newsom.
Well, it depends on how the trials lay out. So if people wind up going to trial over this and people wind up getting indicted over this, that could get more interesting because then you remove it from Minnesota and then it becomes this federal court thing. And so then it becomes mainstream public news if they do this correctly.
But
if there is something there.
But the thing is, you have to worry about if the judge is going to be complicit and if the prosecutor is going to be complicit, and the media is also. You got to kind of fly that arrow through three hoops to hit that bullseye.
You got to go through the bushes and you got a small hole to
Right.
shoot through. Yeah.
And then to try to make it and then it'd be very easy for Newsom to be like, I'm so glad this got exposed.
Right.
I promise you, as president, this won't happen in America. And if you want to talk corruption, look at Trump and all his sweetheart deals, blah, 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 blah. Hillary's already throwing him under the bus about Epstein. They don't have shame. Did
What
you not
is she
see that?
saying?
Hillary's like, Trump's in the files thousands of times. Like, let's have this conversation. She started already.
Right, right. What does that mean, though, when you're in the file thousands of times? Because he is the guy that was in contact with the FBI about Epstein. He did contact the FBI after Epstein was arrested and thanked them for arresting him and getting him because that guy was a real problem.
Right.
And he did kick him out of Mar-a-Lago in 2005.
But she's being factual but not truthful. So it is
Right.
factual that his name is in the files thousands of times. And then you leave it for the person listening to make that conclusion.
Right, that's all you have to say.
That's all you have to say.
We were talking to Donnell Rawlings yesterday. He's in the files.
Okay.
Because Epstein went to visit his show, went to watch his show at Improv in West Palm Beach.
I did a search for the word retarded. And the one email I found was someone like, can you mail me that photo where I look fat and retarded?
That's it?
And it's not clear from who. It's to Epstein.
Oh, it's redacted?
Yeah.
No one wants to know that they were admitted they look fat and retarded?
Or
That's
the
funny.
N-words in there a fair amount also.
Well, there's a lot of references to pizza. You know, I think there's thousands of references to pizza and jerky. The jerky
And grape
the pizza.
soda.
And grape soda, yeah.
So I thought
the thing about grape soda is grape is like what people do to get around the algorithm when they're discussing rape. When he graped them.
But this was like 2011. I don't think people knew about that stuff.
Right.
And I don't think Epstein, as a boomer, knows how to get around algorithms.
Right. That's not an algorithm thing.
Right.
It's just a code thing.
So I thought maybe it's a black thing, but then
Grape soda? Oh, right.
yeah,
Okay.
but then he's racist. There's like things about don't bring black people.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
He says don't bring black
something
people
to
to
that
my
effect.
parties?
Yeah,
Whoa.
something to that effect. Please double check me on this, but it was something that he was not no black girls.
Oh, no black girls. Interesting. Huh.
So yeah, I don't think we're ever here. The other thing that I'm kind of stunned at is there's this belief online that if there's enough agitation, like QAnon, we're all going to have these mass arrests. And I don't see that happening. And I don't think you can do anything to force them to release the really bad stuff if they haven't.
So what else is left? There's 3 million other files that
Right.
they have.
They said they released everything.
Well, they also said there wasn't anything.
Right.
You know, when Kash Patel was on here, it's like there's no videos, there's no evidence, there's no nothing.
The craziest for me was when Pam Bondi said, I've got the list. And I said to myself, and I talked to my friends, and they all agreed with me. I'm like, I really don't think he had like clientslist.doc on his desktop. That's not a thing, right? So I believe he doesn't like have a literal list. And then later she goes, when I said list, I meant blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but you said list.
Right. Well, they had those binders. They were all performatively holding those binders.
Right.
We have the files. We're going to go through them. Heads are going to roll. Nothing happened.
Right.
And then Les Wexner, what did he say today? Jamie, you were saying that he said he got
man. He was conned or something by.
He was
con
conned
man.
for
He
so
was
many
naive.
years.
I've been seeing online. I don't know the accuracy that there's a bunch of missing files from specifically 1999 through 2001.
Right. And that people are connecting that to 9/11.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Wait, 19. Okay.
Pre and post 9/11 are all missing.
Wait, so Epstein might be involved with 9/11? But I mean, what's the thumbtacks and string? I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just
Well,
saying.
there's a lot of people that believe that Israel was involved in 9/11.
Right. But I don't think Epstein was high up in the Israeli decision-making process.
But I think they're just looking for financial records of things, and those are all missing. People's names.
You know,
interesting names pop up.
if I found out Muhammad Atta was a pedophile, I might actually start to dislike that guy. That would really change my opinion of him.
Epstein files surrounding 9/11.
Wow,
completely
coincidence.
withheld.
Wait,
DOJ
this just
called it
came
a
out.
coincidence.
Yes, I mean people are still digging into this stuff every day.
Holy
That's
crap.
Why people keep finding new shit all the time.
Oh
I
my
think.
God. Wait, scroll down. This is fascinating.
That fucking cryptic George W.
What
Bush
about the
photograph
No, the Clinton one's worse.
of the art. Yeah, the
Clinton
dress.
one's
We have
worse,
that
yeah.
outside.
Yeah, I saw,
Yeah.
They stumbled across something where there was redacted photos. If you looked through the files and typed in something like "no photos rendered,"
Yes.
you could change the .pdf to .mp4 or .mov.
There's
and
thousands of
tons
videos.
of videos were popping up.
Wow.
And people are
Yeah.
starting to watch all those videos. Some of them are from the prison. Some of them are from the island.
Flight logs starting. Okay. So
Have they found anything in those videos?
That's
you got to go through them individually,
Yeah,
right?
no. People are now. I don't. Again, the accuracy. I don't know. I've seen a video where someone said this was from the video, and there's like a girl crying in it, but I don't know. if that
Adderall
was
and
accurate.
autism, do your job. Find those videos.
that should be the subtitle of this show. The Joe Rogan Experience, Adderall and Autism, do your job. Holy crap. That's hilarious.
Oh my God, what a world we're living in.
I want to talk about Scott Adams.
Sure.
I was just at his memorial. Was he ever on your show?
Yes.
I got invited to speak, and it was really a great experience. I got because I'm a mental patient, I got a Dilbert mask. And the thing with the Dilbert mask is there's no mouth, right? So Dr. Drew was supposed to speak, and I was going to go there and do my little terrorism where I was going to have my little phone and say, "Nice to meet you, I'm Dilbert," and wave, and then swipe and be like, "Can you take off your glasses, please?" And he takes off the glasses and be like, "Nice eyes, I'm going to take them," and just fuck with people at the funeral, like Scott would have wanted. It was really great because it was very upbeat. And I was kind of honored. Gutfeld texts me. He goes, "Hey, do you want to speak?" And I go, "It'd be a huge honor." And he just goes, "Great." And I'm like, "Am I actually speaking, or you're just, quizzing me?" I got to see Cernovich was there, Posobiec, a few other people, and then afterwards went to his house. And there's something really kind of eerie about walking in the house of someone who had just passed. His ex-wife Sherry let me take 2 of his markers, which I will, always treasure and kind of hang in my house. There were 2 lines I couldn't say at the memorial because I knew the fans would get salty, which is, Scott is in heaven right now doing what he loved most, avoiding black people. And the reason Dilbert was a black and white comic strip is because Scott didn't really like the colors. Right. Because Scott was a humorist, just go for the joke.
Right.
But it's weird how much he still resonates, I think, with people. And I don't really have anything else particularly to say, but I just felt it was important to kind of, commemorate his passing because he's really helped me out a lot in my thinking. Yeah,
it's a real bummer, man, because it happened so quickly. His cancer, he got turbo cancer.
Well, he had it in January 2025, and he said, "I'm going to wait for my stepdaughter to get married," and she was there, and I got to meet her. She was a lovely kid, to get married, and then I'm going to do it. And then he tweeted something out. RFK jumped in. Trump jumped in. They got him this medicine, and they got him a few more months. And, so he got 6 more months. Point being, with the MAID stuff, just because someone's terminal doesn't mean they don't have months left.
Yeah.
And you can do a lot in those months. It was funny. There's another cartoonist. I apologize, I'm blanking on his name. And he was friends with Scott for a long time. Scott had promoted his work once, and he went from like obscurity to like a big name. And Scott asked him, "Hey, can you write the foreword to my forthcoming biography?" And the guy's like, "I'm not really gonna have time." So Scott was that kind of person where he's just like, just because I'm about to meet my maker, I don't want you to be morose. His book Reframe Your Brain is a complete masterpiece, because what he does is he goes through mindsets and instantly recalibrates them. One of them is, the regular framework is, I should do great at my job. And his reframe is, my job is to prepare for a better job. And when you think about it that way, having that shitty job isn't that rough, because you're just laying the groundwork for something better. So when I spoke, I said the framework is, we're having a memorial for Scott, but the reframe is, we're having a party and Scott's really late. Right? So if you think about that terms, hey, we're having fun. Where's this asshole? Because he didn't want us to be there like moping. He always was positive, always was fun, even during that day. So I thought, I just owe him a lot.
Did he blame his death on the COVID shots?
So he got a lot. This really bothered me, because he'd be tweeting about stuff. People like, shouldn't have got the shot. It's like, this guy's about to die. Like, this is your gotcha moment. This is your like I told you so moment. It's just so he did not blame it. I would be surprised if that was you saw what just happened. I met James Vanderbeek through you. I met him at the mothership in the green room. 48, 6 kids. The wife seemed very sweet and charming too. He was just seemed like a real chill dude. I haven't seen one
he
person.
seemed like a super nice guy.
Not one person's anything bad to say about him, which says a lot from that kind of era.
Yeah. No, he was a sweetheart.
So 48, man, that's scary.
I know. And there's an unprecedented number of young people that are dying of cancer. In fact, was it Time Magazine that had a cover of it? I saved it because it was kind of, the cover's kind of crazy, because it's proposing like what is causing these things and why is this all happening, as if no one knows.
Yeah, right. Like, what could it be?
What is some fucking mystery? Could be anything. I know I saved it.
Something from a year ago.
Race to explain why more young adults are getting cancer.
Holy crap.
Yeah. What do you think it could be? Anything weird happen? Do you guys know what SV40 is? Should probably look it up.
What's amazing about articles, like, does that article make it a point to do they ignore the vaccine, so-called vaccine, or do they downplay it as the cause? Like, those are the two options.
Right. What do they say in that article? Did they bring up? Love to hear that.
Couldn't possibly be. Do you know what really fucked me up recently? And you're going to laugh in my face, and every Maha person listening to this is going to laugh in my face.
What?
And you can feel free to laugh in my face because it's covered in polka dots. Aspartame. I would drink, my main method of hydration was Dr. Pepper Zero. It's warranted. I know. This is why I have the polka dots. And I go to New York, and I'm low on calories for my macros, and I switched to full sugar Dr. Pepper, so it wasn't the caffeine, and my thinking changed. And I'm like, and I go online, this has been known since
Thinking changed how so?
I was quicker on my feet. I was having trouble remembering words, remembering names, remembering just being my verbal speed of how I speak is something that is part of my job. And I was having issues with that. I have to workarounds when I couldn't think of someone's name or someone's word. Or I was having this also, there you go.
Research has linked high consumption of aspartame to impaired memory, spatial learning deficits, and faster cognitive decline in adults under 60.
Yep.
Neuroinflammation, oxidative stress. Aspartame metabolites could trigger chronic microglial activation and increased oxidative stress in the brain, leading to neuronal damage and potential neurodegeneration. You know who pushed that through, right?
Who?
Aspartame? Rumsfeld.
No.
Yeah. Search that.
So here's the thing.
Throw that into perplexity.
If you're listening to this and you're someone like me who was living on it, just try for 2 days, right?
Really?
And you'll know right away because I also had this low-key anxiety all the time. Like, it was like a 1 out of 10, but it was there. I thought, okay, it's just whatever.
Life.
I thought it's just life. Nope, it's gone.
Donald Rumsfeld,
No.
CEO of GD Cereal in the late 1970s, early 80s, played a pivotal role in the FDA approval of aspartame, the artificial sweetener, in products like NutraSweet.
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
So there was studies back then showing approval due to potential carcinogenicity risks. Hayes approved aspartame for dry food shortly after, expanding it to beverages by 1983. There was studies on, I think there was rat studies.
And it gave him like Alzheimer's.
Well,
So I am just warning people as much as I can. Pretend I'm a quack. That's fine. Just give
Okay.
it 2 days
lay off aspartame.
and see what happens to you.
Okay. Well, it makes sense. I mean, there's no biological free lunch. If you get something and it does something positive, it's probably doing something negative. If it's some novel potion that you're pouring into your body, there's probably some negative aspect of it.
I was talking to Dr. Mike about this, about Ozempic and all
Brain
those.
tumors in rats
Yeah.
led to FDA to stay aspartame 74 approval. And fucking rats, man. Highlighted high brain tumor incidence in rat feeding studies and risks from phenylalanine causing convulsions or mental retardation. Isn't that what they think killed Tammy Faye Baker? Didn't she drink like a fucking gallon of Diet Coke a day?
Really?
Yeah, find that. I think that's what a lot of people, because Tammy Faye Baker, I think, died of brain cancer. Colon cancer?
Oh.
Okay. What's that?
That spread to her.
Oh, that's awful.
Went from her colon to her lungs.
What is she doing? Ass to mouth stuff? She should call Kristen Sinema.
I don't think it's contagious.
She should call Kristen Sinema. Having some weird orgies down there. Fuck.
But wasn't she like a prolific Diet Coke drinker? I think she was. I think people were trying to link it. Look, it can't be good for you.
Well,
Tastes like sugar. It's not sugar. It can't be good for you.
It did a number on me, and I'm happy to be able to warn people. It scared the fuck out of me when it went
I
away.
like stevia. Like, I like these drinks called Zevias. They're
Yeah.
stevia drinks, and 0 calories. Taste good.
Right.
Doesn't quite taste like sugar, but it tastes good enough.
I'm just sticking to my water and my full sugar sodas. I have
But my
one a day.
daughter's like really good at reading labels and finding. And she goes like, You're only supposed to drink one of those a day."
I
I was like, "Are you sure?"
was eating a protein bar this morning while getting my face did, and I just look at the label, and one of the ingredients I see is titanium dioxide. I'm like, do I really?
Titanium. Interesting.
Like, what?
Yeah.
So that's in me now.
Yeah. There's other protein bars. You don't have to eat that shit.
I think they all have that.
no, I eat carnivore bars. You ever had carnivore bars?
No,
it's
I
just
have-
like fat and meat.
I use MRE Light is the brand I use.
Carnivore bars are great. They just taste like you're eating fat and meat.
Like, okay. What is that all the ingredients are?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything bad in them at all. I think
Okay.
it's like, pull that company up, Carnivore Bars.
I'm happy to switch.
Yeah, I think it's pretty natural. I don't think there's anything in there.
This got to have a lot of salt or sodium.
Yeah,
right?
there's some salt in there, but salt's not bad for you. That's
Well-
all horseshit.
Well, like when you're eating TV dinners and those numbers, that's not bad.
That's different.
Okay,
TV dinners are filled with preservatives.
Yeah.
Oh, carnivore snacks
okay.
is great. This is this is something that I eat all the time. This is my go-to snack. When I go to the UFC, that's the stuff I bring.
Okay.
I bring that, and
Well, you bring it. They don't have it for you. You
No,
have to
I
bring
bring it. I bring it because I
Dana, get this
I
man's a
work with this
carnivore
company,
bar.
so they send me a bunch of
Okay.
it. It's fucking great. But the carnivore bar. So this stuff,
Okay.
purest meal on earth, 2 ingredients. 20 grams of protein, 35-gram animal-based fat, 400 to 420 calories from grass-finished beef, shelf-stable, no refrigeration.
Okay.
That's what I eat.
Okay, send it to me. Send me some, guys.
I have some.
Oh, I'll
They'll
take
send
some.
you some.
Hell yeah.
But if I had some here, I eat those all the time.
That's
I take them with
perfect.
me. I throw them in my car. It's fucking great. If you want to eat something.
That is what I need.
It's
I need my
protein. It's got grass-finished beef tallow, so you get the fat from beef tallow. Some people don't like the taste of it. I like it.
Why don't they? I'd like to.
It's kind of mild or bland.
That's fine though.
Yeah,
you're
but
eating it from
I'm just
macros.
trying to get food.
Right, yeah, nutrition.
Yeah, but it doesn't make me feel bad at all. It feels like food. Like I've tried some other stuff. Like I tried those David bars. Oh my God, the
I never heard of them.
farts I was having. So David bars, they have some weird fat in it that your body doesn't digest.
Like those Olean chips?
Something like that, but a new version of it. And so when this company, when they were purchased, they got a monopoly on that kind of whatever this ingredient is, and all these other companies, they blocked it. These companies that were using it, they couldn't use it anymore. So a lot of people were like boycotting David bars. They taste good, and they have like a lot of protein. I think it's like 30 protein for like 150 calories, but good Lord, the farts I was having. I was like, this is, because your body's like, what is this?
I had that same thing with protein Cheerios.
Protein Cheerios?
Yeah, it wasn't farts. I was having the trots.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
they just
where your body's
they taste
like,
good.
hey.
Right. So this is
Fuck are you doing?
just eat some meat.
Yeah, but eat something like carnivore
Yeah,
bars, or
okay.
those carnivore snacks are delicious. It's just beef and salt. That's all those carnivore those snacks are. It's like a beef pastry.
Good.
It's not even
I'm
like
sold.
jerky. It's chewy. It's delicious. So this is a lab engineered fat substitute called EPG, manufactured by a little known Indianapolis-based company called Epig. After tinkering with the product formulation, the Fugels set up a website in 2024 and began promoting the bars at local bodybuilding shows and farmers markets.
It's just an article about the.
Right. So what does it say that stuff does?
Well,
So find out what that stuff
It's a fat
does.
substitute, yeah.
But it does something where your body doesn't digest the fat, like it doesn't turn into
Well,
calories
this
or
is promoting
something.
them. This is making it sound great.
Yeah, there's 58 other mentions of EPG in here.
Yeah, this is making it sound like, oh, it's the best thing ever. They're not mentioning the farts.
Well, this is probably promoting it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, no, this is about the lawsuit. They have a
Oh.
lawsuit or
Oh,
something.
Oh, it is
it's
Olestra, like we
essentially
said,
a
yeah.
better Olestra. At the time, fat was the big culprit for heart disease, which it's not. Undigestible. Olestra was undigestible. That was its key attribute. It passed right through the digestive tract, therefore wouldn't result in body fat. The problem was its low melting point in the body, which led to an infamously polite phrase printed on the WOW labels, may cause abdominal cramping and loose stools.
Yeah, people are shitting themselves.
Yeah.
It was in those Pringles or something, I think.
Well, this stuff
was
didn't
Lay's, I think,
give me
yeah.
loose
Yeah, okay.
stools, but it did give me like the devil was farting out of my asshole.
But I got to tell you, is that sometimes fun?
Farts?
Yeah. Like when you have a fart that sounds like a symphony. Like when you're old and you start having new farts, I kind of like it. I'm just like, I still got it.
Well, this was just like, for me, it was a warning sign. My body was like, hey, this
I think
ain't-
it's a warning
this
sign for
ain't
other people
good.
too, Joe.
Yeah, right. Anybody else near me? So, what is the problem with that stuff?
Demo look.
Okay.
Ooh.
And problems.
That's not good.
So that was the thing that they were trying to block other people from
GI
using
issues,
it.
like
once
Bloating,
they-
gas, and diarrhea. Yeah.
Yeah, bloating, gas, and diarrhea due to sugar,
Laxative
alcohols,
effect. Wow.
and the non-digestible fat substitute. That's it, which are poorly absorbed and can have a laxative effect, especially in larger amounts. The company recommending limiting intake to 2 bars daily to minimize discomfort.
Wait. Can we talk about this? I love that they say minimize, not eliminate. There's no food where you're like,
course.
if you eat too much
Minimize
of this, you're
it.
going to definitely have discomfort.
Who's eating 2 of these fucking things a day?
I'm sure people,
I know, but I mean, it's like after the farts, wouldn't you be like, hey,
but it's not only the farts, it's the distension.
the inflammation?
Yeah, you have that bloated feeling.
For some people, why they would choose something like this is they want all that protein with 150 calories, and they'll just take the farts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at whey. Whey's not digestible. That's the standard protein for bodybuilders.
Yeah, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, but a lot of people, whey is not
For a
easy
lot
to break
of people,
down.
yeah, I have zero problem with whey.
I can't do whey.
Really?
I was getting brain fog.
From whey.
A little bit. Yeah.
Interesting, huh?
Maybe something's wrong with my brain. And I don't know. all
Well,
these
you
things
might
are
have like
drinking up.
like some sort of a milk allergy or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Who
possible.
the hell knows? But the point is, I switched to the whole meat protein, and that's much
something
easier for
like
me.
carnivore snacks or those carnivore bars. That's the solution.
Yeah.
Get those, and that way you don't have to even think. It's just food, and your body treats it like food. It feels like food when you eat it. It doesn't feel like.
It's just hard for me to get enough calories in a day for what I need.
What are you trying to do?
I'm doing lean gains.
Lean gains.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So you're keeping the same body fat, but you're slowly putting on weight. So it's really a tightrope.
Okay, so you're involved in that again. I know you bailed on bodybuilding type activities.
Well, no, I still
Now
go
you're
to the
back.
gym.
But you're trying to get jacked.
I think I'm in good shape.
But you're trying to get jacked.
I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Take
I
it
don't
back.
know why you're doing that. I didn't do that.
What do you mean?
I'm just asking. Are you trying to get jacked?
Okay, that seems like a kind of question that you cornering me in the gym would
No.
say. What do you mean by trying to get jacked?
No. It's a normal thing for people that are trying to get swole. You're trying to get like big muscles.
I am trying to put on as much mass as I can while maintaining a somewhat lean build.
What are you doing, like as far as your workouts?
I go to gym 4 days a week.
What are you doing with your workout? What kind of workouts?
I do a bro split. Don't make fun of me.
No, there's nothing wrong with a bro split.
There's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong with it. Works.
Yeah, but I'm not doing legs because my legs are already too big for my jeans.
What?
Yeah.
Get stretchy jeans.
I have 30 pairs of jeans. I don't need to get more jeans. Point being, my legs...
But do you have regular jeans that are made out of cotton, or do you get jeans that have flex in them?
I have 30 pairs, so there's a mix. But point being, my legs are great. I'm Russian. Russians have great leg DNA.
So you don't work out your legs at all? You're going to get an imbalance.
How?
Also, if you work out your legs, your whole body will grow.
That's true. And you'll put up more pounds on the scale. But point being, I'm already at the point marginal with most of my jeans. And they're not
silly.
They're not skinny jeans.
Let me see your legs.
How am I going to show you my legs?
Just stand up. Let me see your legs and your jeans. Those are not too big. That is ridiculous.
No. I don't need to be. No. Hold on. I will send you a photo of my legs and you're going to apologize. My legs are great.
Okay.
They're not chicken legs.
I believe you. They don't look like chicken legs.
They're not chicken legs.
But
They're
I don't
fine.
think you should be concerned about them getting bigger. First of all, it takes a lot to get your legs much larger. It takes a lot. Like you're going to have to really push past like some severe discomfort.
I'm not disputing that, but point is they're already marginal with my clothes. And I think
get new clothes. You've got money. Listen, you got to balance. You got to keep your body balanced. Like that's why you should do legs. Like, you should never just do upper body.
Joe, I am nowhere at the point where my upper body is too big for my legs.
Well, it's not that. You should condition both of them together.
Okay.
It's like you want to have a body that works together.
My body is fine. I'm not going to be body shamed on this show.
I'm not body shaming you. I'm
are.
talking about functional.
What function? Going up the stairs?
Anything you have to do. If you have to pick something up and move it. If you're not working your legs, then all that stuff in your hips, all that stuff, all the surrounding tissue, all that stuff is not getting the exercise it deserves while you're working out your upper body.
Fine. Point being, my legs are perfectly fine and strong. And it was hard for me to get the calories I need. That's all I'm saying here.
So how many calories, what are you trying to do a day?
I think it's like 3,200.
Okay.
Which is not nothing.
That's a good meal for me.
That's a lot of calories.
Yeah, I guess.
What do you mean? You don't think that's
I
a lot?
eat a lot.
Well, if you're eating clean, 3,200 is a lot.
Okay.
So
yeah, I guess. Yeah, so 3,200 calories. So, but you're trying to stay lean. And are you on testosterone replacement or anything like that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, you are. Good. That's good. Peptides? Any peptides?
You know what I tried?
Good.
I tried Glow.
What's Glow?
Oh, well, Mr. Doesn't Skip Leg Day. He doesn't have polka dots on his face. Someone does. You call yourself a bro and you don't have polka dots on your face. Glow is this new peptide. It's a combination of 3 things, and it's called Glow because it has heavy copper, so it's blue.
Glow. Huh.
You are welcome.
Interesting. Most people combine PPC 157, TB 500, and GHKCU without addressing sequencing or inflammation first. Here's what determines whether Glow truly works. Interesting. Oh, okay. So it's a combination of all those things together.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I pulled my shoulder pretty bad.
With your heavy lifting?
It wasn't. I don't think it was heavy. It's just probably. I don't know what happened.
You don't lift heavy?
I lift somewhat heavy, but not enough. I'm not going to lift heavy enough to provoke injury.
Okay.
I think that's kind of foolish, especially at my age.
It is, but if you want to gain weight.
But I'm gaining weight.
What kind of, you're not doing bench or anything, are you? You do bench press?
Why wouldn't I do bench press?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's terrible for your shoulders.
Well, I do dumbbell bench.
That's slightly better for your shoulders.
Okay.
But that activity of having a lot of weight down here.
I'm only putting up 70s. That's not that much.
It's a lot for you.
Okay.
When all that weight back here, when you're right here, it puts tremendous strain.
So what should I
on
do
your
for
body.
pecs?
You could do dips. Dips are fantastic for it. Don't go past 90 degrees. You can once you condition your shoulders to like be able to do it. But dips are good. Weighted dips are really good. There's stuff that you could do, like just kettlebells. Well, I don't do any chest exercises other than dips.
Really?
Yeah, I do a lot of kettlebells. Most of my exercises are full body motion stuff. Yeah, almost everything. I do a lot of snatches, a lot of cleans, a lot of alternating cleans, a lot of renegade rows. Everything I do is kettlebells.
All I do is I know someone who's really knows this stuff, and I follow orders. Like
That's good too.
Literally it.
That's good too. My concern is always functional movement. My concern is always I want my body to work as one unit. I don't like isolating things.
I think I do a lot of compounds, like incline bench is one example, or I don't even remember what the other kind of stuff.
But if you have shoulder problems and you're benching, there's a lot of people I know that just have a completely eliminated benching from
Is
their
that right?
workout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. That's
Especially
interesting.
heavy benching.
It only resolved this week, thank God.
But you know what? It won't like if you're doing kettlebells. That's the weird thing about kettlebells. It increases the strength of all your activities. Like they found that people that do snatches. It increased their VO2 max and it increased their ability to do chin-ups.
I used to do kettlebell. I had one of the lifts in my workout, and I pulled out my back once. Something so fierce, it was a temporary, like almost like a cramp, but it was very, very scary.
Do you remember what the exercise was?
Yeah, I was doing when you're bending over and you swing it over your head.
Snatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. The key to that is warm-ups. Do you warm up a lot?
No.
Oh,
No, I do warm-ups with the weights. Like I'll do my first set will be 40% of my working set.
What I would recommend is you got to, especially as you get older, you really have to warm your body up. And one of the things that I do is I always do 10 minutes on the Airdyne bike, get everything like slightly sweaty. Then I do a lot of jump rope. I get everything fired up. And then I do a lot of mobility exercises. I do like body twists. I do these things like you wave. I get down to the bottom and I wave all the way up and I bend backwards and I go forward. I do a lot of twists. I get everything loose. And then I start with push-ups and bodyweight squats. I do 100 push-ups, 100 bodyweight squats, and that's my warm-up. So all that stuff, by the time I'm done with all that stuff, now everything's warm, and now I can start working out.
How many days a week do you lift or work out?
Well, I work out almost every day.
Oh, okay.
Occasionally I'll take a day off, but I work out almost every day. And then with lifting, it's almost every day. It depends on what I'm doing. If I'm hitting the bag, generally I don't lift weights the days I hit the bag, so that's like maybe 2 or 3 days a week. So the other 2 days a week, I alternate between stuff like body weight stuff, like pull-ups, chin-ups, dips. I do L pull-ups where you stick your legs out straight.
Yeah.
So you're working your abs at the same time you're doing that. I do a bunch of different things, lower back stuff, a lot of back extensions, reverse hyper stuff, sit-ups on that GHB machine where you're going all the way down. And yeah.
I'm just happy with the results, and I'm of the if it ain't broke, don't fix it mindset.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you're happy with the results. I would just avoid a lot of heavy lifting with bench press. I think bench press is so many people I know that have fucked their shoulders up through bench press. And I know a lot of bros are going to get angry.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm waiting for. It's oh my
How
God,
much do you bench, bro?
Yeah.
But here's the thing: like we did this Sober October thing where we had these stupid fitness challenges, and then after Sober October is over, we all got drunk, and so then we went out to my gym. And Ari, Tom, and Bert were all trying to bench 225, and I don't bench at all. And I did it 13 times. Like I don't bench, and I just
Ari could pull up 2 plates.
No, he couldn't. Do
Okay,
it.
that was just
no.
like,
They
wow,
all
that's-
got pinned.
Yeah,
Everybody got
225 is
pinned.
no joke.
Yeah, Bert can do it now, but back then he wasn't lifting.
You can't casually do 2 plates.
Yeah,
No one can.
Yeah, but I did without ever benching. I never
No, but I mean, like
benched.
you're someone who works out every day. So
Right.
like if you're
No,
casual,
no,
there's
you're
no
gonna
way you
get
put in 2
they all
plates.
got crushed.
Yeah, of course. Wait, they thought they could do it?
Bert did. Bert
But
definitely
Bert's
did.
heavy, right? How much does Bert weigh? He's like 250
Oh, Bert's
probably.
like 250, yeah,
Right,
for
so you
sure.
think, okay.
Tom was bigger at the time, too.
Okay, it must have just collapsed. There was no.
They got crushed. But the point is, it's like doing kettlebells will help all
Yeah, of
those
course,
other things.
of course,
Because
yeah.
it just, your whole body gets strong, and it's not an unusual motion to do that. You could do it.
Yeah, I like the weights.
No, weights are great. Like, there's nothing wrong with weights. I just would be careful about benching.
Well,
I think dumbbell benching is probably better than barbell benching, and I just think there's other ways to work your chest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Monster Russ. That's my guy.
And there's a lot of people that don't even agree with dips. Like my orthopedic surgeon that told me that I need to get my shoulder operated on 15 years ago, and I never did. He was like, "Got to stop doing dips." I go, "Why?"
Really?
He goes, "Everybody I know that fucked their shoulder up did it through dips." I go, "Well, that doesn't mean anything."
Right.
Like what?
What
I'm
a
looking at him. I'm looking at him and his body. I'm like, "Look at your. Shut the fuck up."
And look at all these gymnasts. Like,
Yeah.
they do dips 24/7.
Exactly. Just build up to it. Don't do too much. All of it is like overworking your body. You have to like slow progression is the key.
There is something fun about. I do love doing dips because you feel like you're flying. There's something about it when you're just kind of yeah. I don't know. What can I say?
But that's a great chest exercise. Dips are. Yeah. Along with the push-ups. Do 100 push-ups a day and then do dips.
But you're okay. We could talk about this also. You're the one. Can I tell you what you said to me at the mothership about this?
What'd I say?
You said you can't be jacked and be funny.
Well, you can, but you can't show it.
That I meant like you like at a certain point
Yeah.
you're too jacked. There's a cost.
Well, there's definitely a cost to the way you look. Like, you look intimidating.
Right.
And that's not that funny for people.
Right.
Yeah.
And Roseanne was telling me, or not just when she was starting out, she lost all this weight and people stopped laughing.
There's plenty of skinny, funny women.
Not in 1981. You think? Are you calling Roseanne Barr a liar?
No, I just don't think that's what it was. I've seen people lose weight and still be hilarious. It's just
I think
but
if you're-
there is a mentality that people have. Like Kevin James, his fucking agent said this to him once. I got furious. Kevin was losing weight. He was trying to get in shape. He was really self-conscious about his weight. And his agent
Really?
said, "Kevin, when you lose weight, you're losing roles."
But that's true though, because he's very much a specific character.
So what? He could fucking do anything. He's a talented guy. It's not like if he lost the weight, he wouldn't be funny more. That dude's fucking funny.
Hold on. I'm not disrespecting Kevin James in any way. Mad respect for him. Mall Cop, the greatest comedy of all time.
It's a funny movie.
I believe you. I haven't seen it. Point being, he is very much in people's mind a certain specific thing.
Right.
Right. So if Kevin James stopped being that thing, I think it's going to be hard for a lot of normies to come over with him to a different paradigm. That's all I'm saying.
Perhaps.
Come
but
on.
It would be a challenge, but I think he'd still be hilarious. I do not think that he is limited by his weight.
You don't. Okay. If Will Ferrell got like Hugh Jackman, you think he'd have the same roles?
He wouldn't necessarily have the same roles. He would still be very funny.
Yes, he would. But you know perfectly well that there's lots
It would
of
be
people.
weird because he would be super jacked. Like if he got The Rock jacked,
Right.
it would be weird.
People
Yeah.
don't know how to deal with that stuff. Mm-hmm. So the agent's not wrong.
Well, the agent's still not looking out for Kevin's health.
How big was he? That
He was big. He was
Okay.
big, and he didn't like it, and he was worried.
Yeah. Okay, that's very fair.
Yeah.
But you don't have to go from. You could go slimmer. You don't have to go to running peptides and stuff.
Right. You don't have to get jacked.
Yeah.
But maybe he wants to. You can. It could be done.
I mean, what's that guy who claims he's natty? That Indian guy who was in, I think, the Avengers or something.
Oh, Camille?
Yeah. Was it him?
I don't think he claims he's natty.
he
Does
claims
he?
natty. They do special.
No.
It's special exercises, Joe. They just have.
Come on.
They just have
Does
to-
he really? He doesn't even claim he's on testosterone replacement?
Don't you know that if you just do lateral raises?
Yeah,
He claims natty. He has to. They all
I
have
don't
to.
know if that's real.
Yes, it does. Look him up.
He did a very funny bit about people being angry at him for getting in shape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did a funny bit in his recent stand-up special about that. Does he claim that he's natural? That's a weird
Wait, the one I'm
thing.
thinking of isn't a stand-up. The one from the movies.
Yeah, he's a stand-up.
Oh, he
he
is? I
started
didn't know
out as a
that.
stand-up.
Oh, good for him. Okay.
Camille Nanjiani,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Yeah, he started out as a stand-up. Yeah. And he's doing stand-up again, and he just released a special.
What's his name?
It's
Claims
funny.
natty too. The Thor. They all do.
No, that guy claims daddy.
They have to.
Chris Hemsworth?
I think he does.
Get the fuck out of here. That guy gained like 60 pounds of solid muscle.
Well, that's because he's doing lateral raises, you fool.
Oh, I didn't know.
And what? How do you know? You've never seen him put a needle in his ass.
You're right,
He has personal trainers that
You're
teach him the
right.
second exercises.
You're right. I've been on testosterone replacement for a long time, and I highly recommend it to anybody who wants to stay in shape.
How long have you been on it?
Since I was like almost 40. I started with like the cream, and then I noticed I was training a lot. That was back then. I was doing jiu-jitsu 4 or 5 days a week, and I was lifting.
That's hard on the body.
It's hard.
Yeah, of course.
And you're always tired. And I had a doctor that specialized in that stuff. It's one of those things was hormone replacement therapy, and doing a lot of it for people that had head injuries. Because people with head injuries, people that have had CTE, and a lot of you have damage to your pituitary gland. A lot of times your brain is not producing testosterone at the level it's supposed to.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, your pituitary gland gets damaged from repeated head trauma. That's one of the things that causes depression in a lot of people that have had head trauma. Is like your body's not making hormones anymore, so you're fucking lethargic all the time. That's a factor. His statements. He described a year-long process with professional trainers, nutritionists, funded by Marvel, daily workouts, precise calorie tracking, no refined sugar, and minimum fats. In his 2019 Instagram post, he emphasized the resources required, but never mentioned PEDs, steroids, or denied their use. So he never denied it.
Okay, he didn't deny. So I take it back. I apologize.
Yeah, from a softer build at age 41, for fucking sure he got on testosterone. There was a lot of people that were giving me shit about being on testosterone 15 years ago that are on it now.
Yeah, no disrespect to him.
Well, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it. I just said I do it.
No, that's the
Everybody
point.
should
No,
do
but
it at a certain
when
point.
people, it's just really funny. People are yelling at him, "Oh, you're cheating." It's like, cheating for what? Where's the test?
People are silly. People are silly, and they're mad that he looked like them. He was doughy, and now all of a sudden he looks like a bro, and they don't like it.
Yeah, but the thing that's kind of crazy is now the kids in high school are hopping on.
That's crazy because you're going to destroy your endocrine system.
And also, if you're peaking at 18, that's not
Yeah.
going to be good for your mental health.
Well, it's not just that. It's just like it kills your dick. It kills when you put a bunch of exogenous testosterone in your body stops making testosterone. And so say if you're on a cycle for like a month, 2 months, it will take you 4 months for your body to get back to normal. I think that's the ratio most people, if you're not taking like clomiphene or any of these other things or HCG or something that naturally ramps up your testosterone, I think they think that the number is like double the time that you were on a cycle
it's also
before you
harder
get
and
back to
harder.
normal.
If you keep running cycles, it gets harder and harder.
100%, because your body starts relying on
Right.
it and your endocrine system shuts down. And it's like, why do we have to make testosterone? This guy's got
Right.
more than a normal human ever has.
Right.
And so we just stop.
And I think these numbers are through the roof with the kids now.
Well, they all want to be like an influencer. They all want to be jacked. It's just like you don't understand the harm you're doing to your body.
But it's also the kind of thing where it's just like, you shouldn't be comparing yourself to the guy on Instagram
Right.
or the gym. You compare yourself to the guy on the plane. Next time you're at an airport, that's what I do. That's what kind of helped me. When I get on a flight, I'm like, how many of these people, especially my age, are in good shape? It's going to be 1 out of 100.
Well, the other thing is especially when you're young, there's plenty of stuff that you can do that's natural and super beneficial and not dangerous, like creatine.
But you're not gonna
creatine
be
is tremendous.
But you're not going to be a name.
A name.
No one's going to notice you on Instagram. That's the thing. They're chasing the fame.
Oy, that's so sad.
It's very sad. I mean, some of these guys look better than Schwarzenegger and they're 17. It's insane. But it's just like, what's your future going to...
Well, you're not going to have kids, right? You're going to be sterile. You're not going to have any sperm.
But, there was that thing about they asked Olympians, would you give up like 20 years of your life if you're guaranteed a gold? And like 90% of them said yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. Well, look at Lindsey Vonn. I mean, she knew that she had a blown ACL and she still skied.
Is that right?
Yeah, she blew her ACL out like a couple of weeks before the Olympics and still decided to compete and then shattered her leg with this horrible compound fracture.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you didn't know about that?
No.
Oh, yeah, she had to get airlifted. She's had multiple surgeries. She's fucked for a long time. Her leg broke in multiple places. She's got rods and stuff in it. And leg breaks are really scary because your body doesn't necessarily always heal from those. Like sometimes the blood flow's not appropriate. It's not what you need. And people get their legs amputated from those things.
Jesus.
Yeah, femur breaks are super dangerous.
I've never broken a bone, and I'm part of
Ever?
me. I know, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing?
A part of me is like, is this something I want to try before I die? Like, at some
No, it
point?
sucks.
Does it? But it's like, how bad is it?
Well, I broke my arm when I was 7. I broke my forearm right here. I fell off a monkey bar and snapped my forearm in half. That healed perfect. But when you're a kid, they just put me in a cast, and like 6 weeks later, I was good to go. I broke my fibula, the small bone of my tibia, in sparring. A friend of mine threw a back kick at the same time. I was throwing a kick and his heel hit my fibula and it cracked that. But that was only a crack. I actually competed with that. I put soccer pads on it. Those plastic soccer. I taped soccer instep pads.
That was allowed?
to that part of my. I didn't tell anybody.
Oh, okay.
Because it was a Taekwondo tournament, so I had pants on. And so I put like a regular, these soccer pads, I taped them to my calf, and then I put the foam one on over that, and I competed.
Huh, okay.
I won the states that way.
Okay, great. Were you a national champion?
I won American Open, and I came in second place in the U.S. Cup against the national champion, and I think I should have beat him. I got a bad decision, but I never won the national championships. But at the time that I was getting ready to try to win the national championships in '88, the problem was I had already been disillusioned because I had started kickboxing.
Okay.
And I'd already started like realizing there's a lot of holes in Taekwondo.
Well, Taekwondo is like, with the rise of UFC, it's really not good in terms of MMA.
It is if you know all the other stuff.
Right,
because those
but in and of
kicks are
itself-
devastating.
Right.
They're devastating. And a guy who's a really good kicker, like a Michael Venom Page, for instance, who's a karate specialist who learned how to defend takedowns, they're really dangerous because they have the ability to cover distance and kick at range. And if you're not a good kicker and you don't recognize what this guy's doing, they could fuck you up.
Right.
But there was so many holes in Taekwondo when it came to like punching to the face and then leg kicks. I didn't realize like how many holes there were in it until I started really getting into kickboxing. So I was, by the time '88 rolled around, I was already disillusioned.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. And then I was already starting to do stand up. So I was like, what am I doing with my life? You know?
Oh, I got a bone to pick with you.
Ooh. I'm excited.
Oh, you set me up perfectly.
Okay.
You set me up perfectly. Thank you, Joe Rogan. Bridget Fedesi sat in this very chair.
Right.
The chair I'm farting in right now because I had some vintage Olean chips from eBay, and this chair's going to be a disaster.
That's the Trump
zone.
chair.
I know. And she told you that I'm starting to do stand-up. And you said, that's great. He's so funny.
Yeah.
He could open for me. And then I was all excited about this opportunity. And I wait a few weeks because I was scared to, like, whatever. And you text me about some meme. And I go...
First of all, I don't think I said you could open for me. I
you
highly
did.
doubt I said that.
You did. But that's fine. I'm not holding you to it. I'm just saying you said that. That's fine.
Maybe I was joking.
I'm not holding you to it. You were just encouraging. Okay? Let's just leave it there.
I think you're very funny.
Okay. You text me about some meme. I go, hey... I'm going to do stand-up. You go, you absolutely should. You're very funny. I go, I have my set. What should I do next? Do you know what you said?
What?
Nothing.
Yeah.
You left me on red.
You're on your own, bitch.
What do you mean?
Because you got to figure it out. It's like, I want to start fighting. What should I do? You know what to do. Go to a fucking gym. Figure it out. Start training. I can't hold anybody's hand. Stand-up is too hard for you to help someone in the beginning. You've got to actually want to do it.
Sure.
So you got to go to open mics. You got to do stand-up. You got to get ready, put a set together, record it, review it.
Done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're doing stand-up all the time.
Not all. You saying I should do it all the time?
You have to do it all the time. It's like if you want to spar, you have to spar every week.
Do you know what everyone told me who I asked? Like I asked like 10 like biggish people who heard names, and they all said the same thing. You have to bomb.
Yeah. Well, bombing is good because it lets you realize how difficult it is, and then you don't like the feeling, so you work really hard.
And also, you have to be ready for that moment and how to recover from it.
Yeah. Yeah. Failure, I think, in everything is good. Losing is important. It's very important. It motivates you to do better. People don't like that feeling, but a lot of uncomfortable feelings lead to growth, and that's why they're important.
That's true.
Heartbreak, losing a job, getting fired, all those things are important.
Okay, well.
Yeah, stand-up's important too. It's important to have like bad sets.
Oh, I think you said bad sex.
Bad sets.
Yes, bad sex.
So when was the last time you went up?
I haven't done it for a while because I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, you got to do it a lot.
Okay.
It's got to be something that you're dedicated to. That's why I'm saying you can't just say,
Cut
what
the
do I
line.
do?
Okay,
That's
fair.
You got to do it.
That's very fair. I've been
Yeah.
talking to Cal, and he's been very helpful.
Yeah, there's plenty of places we could perform. I mean, Austin alone, on my street alone, on 6th Street, there's like within a 1 block radius,
I
there's
know.
like 7 clubs.
I'm not arguing that.
I mean, this is the place. If you want to do stand-up, this is the fucking place, man. I mean, it's incredible right now. There's
Okay,
so many
fair enough.
spots.
Point
my
taken.
club alone has 2 nights of open mic nights.
Is that true?
Sunday and Monday night are both open mic nights.
Okay, then I'm going to sign up.
Yeah, we have a real development program. The whole idea is like to make it so that we have like a real foundation of people that are coming up. And that motivates all the people that are already doing well. It's like, oh, these guys are like really working hard, and it gets everybody excited about working hard. And then it motivates the people at the top saying, hey, these young guys are really good. And then guys start getting specials, and like Cam Patterson just got on SNL. All these things are happening for people from the club. So it's like, it's a great place.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's very fair.
Yeah, but it's not something that you can kind of casually do every now and again. You can, but you won't be as good as you will be if you do it every week.
That's what Callan said that as well.
Yeah.
He's like, you have to put in the time. This is not something that you could do just on weekends. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
you can't like run around your block once a month and think you can go do a marathon.
Right.
Yeah, you got to get into, and you got to, the thing about stand-up is like, you're making a mountain one layer of paint at a time. It's not a quick process. To become a stand-up, most people agree, and there's not a hard fast rule because it's depending upon how much actual time you do and how much focus. But the general rule is 10 years.
Really?
Yeah, the general rule is 10 years. Like people don't really think of you as being legit until you've been in it for 10 years.
I don't know that I have 10 years.
I don't know if anybody
I
has
know,
10
I'm-
years.
I'm
I don't know if the human race has 10 years. You see those robots in China that are doing fucking kung fu?
Are there already?
Oh my God, they just did this demonstration, this martial arts demonstration with these robots on a stage.
I'm more,
It's crazy how they move.
I'm more worried about if anyone can use AI to engineer a bioweapon.
Oh, that's real.
Because
Yeah.
there was a piece, a guy, I forget his name, I apologize, where he's one of these big AI people, and he goes, if you use the paid for AI, he goes, I can tell it to write me code, and it also knows like idiosyncratic preferences. So it's better than hiring a person, and that's today.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen in 2 years, 3 years? Like, how do you put guardrails on that? I don't think you can.
I don't think you can. And there's a lot of people that are resigning from a lot of these companies that are saying we're doomed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a doom and gloom kind of guy, but that I think is a much faster path toward something happening than, robots, kung fu robots.
Well,
from
there's
China.
also automated weapon systems that are totally autonomous. That
Is that
scares
right?
us. Yes. The government's working on that. And I believe there was an issue, see if you can find this, with one of the AI companies not willing to partner with the U.S. or not willing to do something with autonomous weapons programs. I think it's Anthropic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think Anthropic was like, we don't think that's good. And all the other ones are like, let's go.
Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is China doing that? They probably are. Anthropic is clashing with the Pentagon over AI use. Here's what each side wants. Anthropic's relationship with the Department of Defense is under review as the two sides negotiate over how the company's AI models can be used. Startup wants assurance that its models will not be used for autonomous weapons or mass surveillance. Oh, my God, these pop-ups are brutal. Fuck you, CNBC. The DoD wants to use Anthropic models for all lawful use cases without limitation, according to Emil Michael, the Undersecretary of War for Research and Engineering.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So this is what they're doing.
So which is worse, autonomous weapons or mass surveillance? I think it's mass surveillance, don't
both
you?
of them are terrible.
Yeah, which is worse, though? If
because
you
they
had to pick
work
one.
hand in glove. Both of them are terrible. I mean, did you see Alex Karp, that interview that he did?
Which one?
Where he was talking about Palantir, and he's like, we're going to, and occasionally kill people. We're going to use it to kill people.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Right. Right.
But he was like openly saying, kill people. Like, this is what we're doing. Like, what?
But did you see that big leak from Palantir, which I don't know if it's been verified or not, where they were talking, Kim.com was the one who dropped this.
Yes, I did see that Kim.com tweeted about it, but I didn't see if it was verified.
Right.
What did he say exactly?
I don't. If you could pull, it was a long thing, and it was because he said Palantir got hacked. He said he doesn't have. I don't think it was verified that this was legitimate, but these were the bullet points he laid out, and it was extremely disturbing. It's not surprising that a private company is going to be more effective and efficient than the government at implementing what the government wants. a lot of the things during COVID wasn't literally the government. These corporations were more than happy to impose these kind of, if you don't get the vaccine, so-called, you're going to get fired.
Well, they were all having backdoor deals.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but they were more than happy to do it. is
Yeah,
the point.
they were being incentivized.
Right.
Which is fucking crazy. But the thing about this AI stuff that no one realizes except for the engineers that are deeply invested in this is that it's accelerating at this tremendously rapid pace that they can't really control. ChatGPT-5, I was reading this article, ChatGPT made ChatGPT-5. They essentially tasked the AI to make a better version of itself. Make sure that's true. I'm pretty sure that's what they're saying.
Right now, for free, if you put any photo on Grok Imagine, it animates it. And it looks realistic.
Yeah.
Like instantly.
There's a video of me and Keanu Reeves doing Kung Fu in this room. Like he's dressed up like John Wick.
But it looks real, I'm sure.
It looks very real. It's like a scene from John Wick.
Yeah.
It's like we're doing like movie style Kung Fu in this room.
And the average person can't distinguish between what is on their screen and what is outside their window.
Right.
And for the human brain, they're going to remember it and perceive it as something that they had seen before.
Right.
It is a very scary thing. I remember something that clicked in my head, Survivor Season 1. So that was like 2000, I think it was, 2001.
Yeah.
They had the second to last episode. There's 4 contestants left. And they go, next week on Survivor. And Sue turns to Kelly and she goes, we got to vote out Richard. And I was on a message board at the time. And one of the people, they're like, who do you think is going to be eliminated? One goes, oh, I think they're going to vote out Richard. Did you hear what Sue said? We all heard it. This wasn't eavesdropping. This was a sound clip that the editor left in. There was nothing else to hear. In fact, you could only hear what Sue said to Kelly. And that was such a wake-up moment for me. Like, holy shit, people really think they're on that beach and they heard something they weren't supposed to. It was but you laugh. But there will be people who tell you right now with a straight face, and I think they could pass the lie detector test easily, that Trump said we should inject bleach, and Trump said,
Right.
I'm praising very fine people, white nationalists.
Right.
And you could play the tape. They will not perceive it. They're not lying.
Right.
And I think that's a big hurdle for a lot of people to accept. People honestly are perceiving things that you're not.
That's true. Yeah. And they're also only looking at headlines or
That's
only
right.
looking at narratives. They get a tweet, they read the tweet. Oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this. And then they put it down. They're too busy. They're not going to do deep dives.
It's
They don't
not
have
that
the
they're too
time.
busy. It's that their preconception has been
That too.
validated. They
That
think
too.
they're
Both
not running a true-false filter. They're running an us-them filter.
Right. That's right. That's
Trump's
right.
thousands of times the Epstein files. There you go. What else do I
Yep.
need to tell you?
That's it. Yeah. Very fine people on both sides. I mean, Obama said that during the campaign. When he said that during the campaign, I'm like, that's crazy.
Well, Biden said that was his reason for running. You don't remember that?
Did you see in the Epstein files, someone said that Biden's dead? And
Well, they're
these
also
are
saying
masks?
that Epstein's alive.
Yeah, that might be real.
I don't know how they pull that off.
Well,
Here's the thing. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Whenever I hear something that's out there, I'm not saying it's ridiculous. I always say to myself, what steps would need to be taken for this to be true, right? So if you're going to keep Epstein alive, and he's obviously extremely visible, his face, and very known, how do you keep that guy under wraps? It would be the question I would have.
you move him to Israel
Sure.
and you get plastic surgery.
You think so? That's it?
Yeah. Look, Renee Zellweger looks different.
That's true.
And she's a fucking movie star.
So-
like, she kind of ruined her career by making herself look prettier.
So, well,
right?
no, she looks Asian now. She's got all
She
those big
did something
cheeks. No,
weird.
she got all those big cheeks and her eyes are all like small now.
What did she do? Let's take a look at
She's
what
all
she
puffy
did.
faced, yeah.
Like, people said that Bradley Cooper did something.
I'm
But he
blanking
came
on
in here, he looked fucking completely normal.
Yeah,
Like, It's
okay.
just weird pictures online. Like maybe one day he was tired, and one
Renee
day he
Zellweger
wasn't.
really did.
She
a lot of
did
work.
something.
So did
Bradley Cooper looks exactly like Bradley Cooper to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Like she did something weird. God, she
oh
was
my
so
God.
cute.
She looks like that.
Look at her in 2009. She was so cute. And
Who's
then
that annoying lefty lady who's a podcaster?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. The one who was a real housewife and now she's like,
Oh yeah,
awful
I don't
one.
know her name, but she's awful.
yeah, she's a heel. Does a great job being a heel.
She's great at that.
Yeah.
Everyone fucking lock them all up.
Right, yeah. She
no
looks-
one wants
that's
to
what she
fuck
looks
her anymore,
like.
and she's very angry.
That's what she looks like now.
Let me see that again.
I'm just looking at other photos.
Other photos. Okay, the one on the far right. She's still pretty, but there's definitely a change in her face.
So look at that fifth photo. She looks
Jennifer
Asian.
Grey is a better example.
Well, she's got a nose job.
Right,
Is there more?
but after that nose job, her career kind of fucking stopped.
Well, no, Linda Evans is the worst of this. Can you pull up Linda Evans
Linda Evans from The Terminator?
from Dynasty?
Oh, Linda Hamilton, Terminator.
Yeah, Linda Evans is really...
Linda Hamilton is fucking awesome in Stranger Things. What did she do?
I mean, she looks horrific.
Well, she's old, man.
Yeah, but there's plenty of old people who don't look like that.
But she doesn't look like she did anything.
She sued.
She sued for plastic surgery?
Yeah, look at that one right there, Jamie. Yeah, pull that up.
I did. I'm just,
It's bad.
YouTube video.
Well, that's just, I don't see, where does it say?
The one right under that, the red one. See that? Yeah, pull that up. See?
Finding peace and happiness growing older in the Northwest. That just looks like an older lady.
But she doesn't look like herself at all.
But she's older.
But she had a lot of effed up work. Maybe she had some of it reversed.
Maybe.
You're saying that's not...
That one's not that shocking to me. That's just an older lady.
I think it's quite shocking because I think it looks bad. No disrespect to her.
I mean, that's the difference between a 30-year-old lady and a fucking 70-year-old lady.
There's plenty of 70-year-old ladies who don't look like protein bars.
But I don't know. I don't think that's the best example. I think the okay, what has Linda done to her face?
This is from like tabloids. So
Right.
Doesn't even
Okay, so it might not be true.
There's a lot of cases like this. You know, it's whatever.
Yeah. What was the point?
I don't know.
How do we get on that?
What were we talking about? Keanu Reeves, Renee Zellweger.
I was on chat. I was looking up ChatGPT stuff and then switched to that.
Okay, yeah. ChatGPT 5. Did ChatGPT code ChatGPT 5?
I don't even know how to search that. I don't know the right search term to look that up because I'm not getting anywhere.
If you ask that question, it doesn't.
ChatGPT 5 makes itself better. You know, there's something that I was trying to dig into about.
Because that's singularity
It's
stuff.
called like self-correcting loops or something like that. But I'm not getting anywhere with that. That's not the right.
This was
term.
This was the concern about AI, was that eventually AI would become sentient and autonomous and would
Right.
create better versions of itself.
Right.
And it would do it very quickly.
Right.
And I think we're in that right now. I think what we're getting from these engineers is an indication that the people that are deeply involved in this are fucking disturbed by the power of this stuff. They essentially say that they don't have a job anymore. They just kind of show up and it does the work for them, and that this is far more potent than what the general public is aware of.
So
And getting better all the time.
We're at the point now where Grok is a better conversationalist and better at perceiving nuance and humor than the average person. A lot of times if I have a tweet and some cretin comes in with some response, I will just say, hey, Grok, explain to this person such and such and such. And I leave it for Grok to be like a tart handler. And I do this every single day. But the point is, if I'm being humorous, maybe my jokes aren't that funny. Point being, Grok understands that I'm being humorous.
Right.
Even this person isn't or is pretending not to. So what happens when the average person, what are they bringing to the table?
Right.
And
What
this-
are they bringing to the table?
What about
Yeah.
artists too?
Right.
Like the AI art's getting better every single day. Like I did a book where I used AI for the cover. It's like, what are you going to do with? You're going to have a certain number of people who are good at like massaging it and having great ideas, but at a certain point, there's only so much you can do.
Did you see what the Door Brothers did?
No, who's
They
it?
just they're these really good AI artists. They're the guys who do all the intros to the Kill Tony videos.
Okay. Yeah.
They're fucking awesome. And they just made like a Hollywood movie. And they did it in like a day.
Right.
With AI. See if you can find that clip because it went viral and everybody's kind of freaking out that like Hollywood's done. Because this clip is insane. It's so realistic
But
looking.
the other thing is, by the time we're all wrapping our heads around it, it's already 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. That's what's crazy.
and it's far better than it was then.
Dang, they put out another one today.
Let me see.
I haven't
Put the
even seen
headphones
this
on.
yet.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Go full screen. Back it up.
This is all AI?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Holy crap.
Whoa. What the fuck?
I don't.
Wow.
I don't think it's a good idea for humans to casually.
This is the other one they did. Check this one out.
I'm really busy. Can you get Sophia today?
What? No, I have a meeting. I can't.
Oh, shit.
This is all AI.
Yeah.
Reporting what is being called a geomagnetic storm. This is a phenomenon caused by a massive information.
Holy shit.
Available. Stay tuned to this channel for continuous coverage.
God, look at her face. It looks so realistic.
I don't like this.
Sophia! Mom! I love you. I'm on my way.
Oh my
I
god.
need you to hide. Get underground.
I can't watch it.
Oh my God. It's a great Cybertruck ad.
Though people point out online you can hear the engine, which is
No, but you can hear the engine when it does that. It makes a weird humming noise.
Good morning, Sleeping Beauty. Why don't you get the president on the phone?
We have her.
What the
I'll be
fuck?
right there.
Oh my god. I don't like this at all. I don't like that at all.
I don't think
Crazy.
the sound was AI. Some of it could have been, but
Point
it's
being-
mixed too good and all that stuff.
I don't think it's a good thing for people to casually be seeing footage of people being shot in the face. Like I'm on YouTube.
Well, they've already got
Yes.
that.
I'm saying it's not a good
Check
thing.
out this video that I just sent you, Jamie.
Okay. There's I watch a lot of police body cam videos on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
And you see
Oh,
people
the
getting
real ones.
killed,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
No.
are we not having conversation the effects of the human mind of just watching real people getting killed left and right all the time?
Oh, I know.
Especially on young people.
There's a lot of that.
Like I don't like seeing. I mean, watching.
Check this out.
Okay. Oh Jesus. Okay.
I was just asking about the pencil trick.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh, there's Shane. Okay. Wow.
Weird.
But I don't like. You don't see anything wrong with just casually showing planes flying into buildings?
Yeah.
It's,
Well, all movies do that, though.
I don't think that's. Yeah, but the thing is, this is how you kind of boil the frog.
But they've always done that in action movies.
I don't think to that level is to have anyone be able to make this the drop of a hat. I'm not saying it
No,
should be
that's
banned.
true.
I'm just saying I think at a certain point, if 24/7 we're seeing
Right.
dozens of people getting killed,
Yeah.
it's going to have an effect on people's psyches.
No question.
And I don't think that's a good effect.
Well, it's what we have now before this, not good.
Do you know what else is fucked up? We're not even talking about what kind of porn is going to look like.
Right. And porn with anybody like you or Jamie. You and Jamie could be fucking in a video.
That I'm talking about.
Top.
What I'm talking about snuff films.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You can make porn right now
100%.
where you're doing the girl, then you cut her head off or cut body parts of her
Yeah, just
off.
pull out a shotgun as soon as you
pull out
climax.
a knife.
Yeah, anything. Yeah.
And it'll look really realistic, and you have no way of. We're still apes. You have
People probably already making that.
Of
Child
course they
porn,
are.
They're probably
well, no,
already
that I
making
know.
that.
The investigators already don't have the tools to distinguish between real videos of infants and AI videos of infants. And this has been a bridge that's been crossed, and like no one knows what to say or do about it. It's just like we're kind of just blinking, and it's here.
Well, it's not just here. It's here and growing and getting stronger all the time. And we're all just plowing head first towards the cliff.
And what's going to happen when this kind of stuff gets matched up with psychedelics?
Well, it's not just that. It's like what happens when this stuff starts running all of our resources, running our economy, running everything.
Right.
Because that's what's going to happen. It's going to be our government.
Well, I mean, right. Who was that, the Creepy Line guy?
Creepy Line?
There was that documentary, The Creepy Line. Robert something Malone, I think his name was. He's an academic. His point, he went through Google and he goes, look, if I'm Google, right, and I'm Facebook, and I have people who are like Trump and people who are like Hillary. So if I just put out, hey, you should vote, and send it just to the Hillary people, I'm not on paper endorsing Hillary.
Dr. Robert Epstein.
Robert Epstein, thank you.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, but
we've had that guy on multiple times.
Right, but then you're going to be getting out that vote in the direction you want.
Well, his concern is Google searches.
Sure.
So, like, if you search Trump, it's all negative stories. If
And you search Hillary, it's all positive. It was
stories.
also, I talked to him also about the Facebook stuff. If you're promoting go out and vote, and you have this group versus that group, it could nudge it very easily.
Right.
So that technology is already here and been used.
And been used.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's 10 years
real election manipulation.
Right.
That's already legal and being used.
Right.
For whatever reason.
So, well, you know what reason, but
curated search engines are a real fucking problem. If you're hiding certain information. Like, I noticed that during the pandemic, there was a story about a doctor in Florida that got vaccinated and then really quickly afterwards had a stroke and died. And I read the story, and a lot of people were concerned about it. And then I tried to find it on Google. I could not find it. I looked everywhere. Then I looked on DuckDuckGo, and I found it immediately. Wow. And then it was in the first page. And then somewhere along the line, DuckDuckGo got weird too.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
Yeah, so it's like they realized that people are finding things on and then I believe, is DuckDuckGo curated? Or did they just have open source? What are they saying? And then I started using Brave, and Brave was showing me things that other search engines weren't showing me.
But then the other hand, you have the problem of, is it showing you things that are just not true?
Right. But I was searching for a very specific story,
I'm talking
and I
about broadly
couldn't find
speaking.
it. Right. You're definitely going to get a lot of that, especially if there's look, the Hunter Biden laptop story. They got 51 different former intelligence agents to say that it was Russian disinformation.
It's not curated, okay.
Not curated in the sense of building a personalized filter bubble based on user history, but it does curate results by ranking.
Yeah. I don't know how you can really avoid that, though,
That's
right?
curating. Indexing and filtering from hundreds of sources, including Bing. Bing's not good.
But it has to put things in order
to provide
somehow.
what it deems relevant. Unlike Google, it avoids user tracking and personalization, providing a more neutral, non-personalized search experience, but also curated by ranking. No user profiling, does not store search history. All I know is that there was a difference in the way it worked for me. It doesn't mean that it's...
There has to be some ranking process.
Yeah.
It can't just, it's going to have things in order no matter what search engine you
Right,
use.
when you're looking for something very specific.
That's obviously, they're bearing
Google
stuff.
would not show me that article. I put in all the facts of that article. I could not find it. All it was saying was the benefits of getting the COVID vaccine.
Has it gotten better or worse?
I don't know.
We don't know. How would we know?
I don't know.
You know what
I mean, but you should be disturbed at Robert Epstein's work, because Robert Epstein's work shows that with just this curated search result, you can shift all these centrist voters, all these middle of the pack voters, these swing voters. You can shift them by
I think it was 2%.
I think it's larger.
And point being, Trump won by
it was
1.
9% or something crazy
Even
like
if,
that.
let's be conservative, say 2. Trump by 1.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and I don't think things are looking good for the Republicans going forward.
Well, it doesn't look good for the midterms, right?
Oh, that's.
I mean, this ICE stuff is doing a great job for that because a lot of people are like, hey, we're moving towards fascism.
And the perception of the economy.
Yeah.
The thing with the ICE stuff, it's like people, voters can have contradictory perspectives. Like they want to get rid of illegal aliens, but don't force them out. It's like, what are you going to do? Send them a strongly worded letter?
Well, I think the real problem is they're not willing to address the fact that these are paid protests and agitators.
Sure.
And that these people, this is not an organic thing where people are taking to the streets. They're literally being paid. These people have come out and said, you get X amount of money, you get $100 a day if it's cold out, you get more money. One of the things people were saying that I don't know if it's true at all was like, this might be horseshit. They were saying they gave them decibel meters to see how loud they were yelling. Protesters.
Really?
That they were providing protesters with these decibel meters, and for them to, or in order to get paid, they had to be yelling at a certain decibel. I was like, this sounds like disinformation.
Yeah, I feel like that would.
How much are those things? How much is a fucking decibel meter? That sounds like very, a problem in terms of like cost.
Right, and you could. If I had that, I'd sell on eBay. Right.
Right.
If I'm a protester.
If you have thousands of people and you're providing them with these
there would be
decibel
receipts
meters
out the wazoo, I would think.
Right. Yeah, it sounded like horseshit. But there's a lot of horseshit out there. There's a lot of people that they do interviews and they just make up fake stuff just for clickbait.
But the thing is, I think people are, I agree with you, are like over ice, but it's like, what's your plan B?
Right.
The amnesty? Like, if that's your argument, that's fine, but it's just like, it's not a tenable situation. I mean, look what's going on overseas. Like,
right.
What are you going to do? Like, right now, there's a guy who's running against Farage from the right of him. And it's like, you're going to break up that vote. Like, it's called Restore Britain.
Oh, what is he saying?
He's like, Farage is too soft. We're going to deport them all, blah, blah, blah. It's just like how would, fine, I understand that's your argument. Literally, how are you going to do that without mass enforcement? I'm not saying I'm for it or against it. I'm just saying, what is your plan? It's easy to promise. If I'm in a country that's awesome, I don't want to go back to my shithole.
Right.
Like, I'm going to do whatever I can legally and sometimes extra legally to make sure I'm staying.
Especially people over there that have been encouraged to go there.
Right.
And then they bend the laws in order to kind of hide their crimes.
Right. One of the best things that happened to me was December 31st, 2024. So it was the beginning of 2025. I was on Twitter, and you heard about these grooming gangs overseas. And even me, who writes a lot about the nature of evil, was naive because when you hear the term grooming, I thought, okay, these high school girls have these, boyfriends from different countries and like 30, whatever, and it's gross and whatever. And then I saw someone posted the receipts of the legal cases. These were girls, children, 8-year-olds, 10, whatever, being violated and beaten with baseball bats. They were complaining to police. The police said everything's fine. Like, really graphic stuff. And I'm like, how stupid I was to think grooming meant what anyone else thinks of grooming. These were rape and torture gangs. And then Elon saw my tweet and he blew a gasket. And then they kind of talked about it in Parliament. So it was a great way to start 2025. But like, where is it all going? You know, what I mean? Like, people are upset, but Keir Starmer's not in jail. Like, things he's in trouble for aren't stuff like this. The entire Labour Party voted against further inquiry. It's like some of these guys got prison sentences, but they're not anywhere near proportionate. Why are they still in the UK?
I just don't understand it. I just don't understand, like, what's the end game there?
Right. Like, what is, like,
is it the destruction of the UK? Like, what's the end game?
That's sure what it's. That's sure. Well, if that isn't their goal, that's sure where they are headed toward.
Right. If you were trying to destroy the UK, that's how you would do it. Bring in violent migrants, let them do violent crimes, don't prosecute them, and prosecute people for complaining about it online,
and don't bring them into your country and kind of assimilate them.
Right.
Like, encourage them to not assimilate.
Yeah.
So I was just there in August. It's bad as people think it is. It's even worse.
Really?
There was a theater a block away from the House of Parliament, and they were bragging that seeing their shows are safe. Not fun for the whole family. Not, oh, this is educational. You're not going to get murdered if you come see a play here. That really shouldn't be a selling point when you're going to the movies or the theater. Excuse me.
So crazy.
Yeah, and it's only getting worse. So I don't. But here's the other thing. Let's talk about America, right? If you want to get rid of all these illegal immigrants, what is your mechanism? Because what Trump is doing is too much. There's no the alternative is to make it difficult for them so they remigrate. But there's plenty of people who would, I can certainly understand it. I'd rather be an illegal immigrant in America than go back to whatever hellhole.
Right.
I found the video of talking about decimeters. They were fucking around.
It was a joke. Okay.
And Grok says they were satirizing.
Paid protesters with the
decibel meters.
Yeah, the decibel meters. That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, the whole thing was fucking.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
Bullshitting.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I was like, there's no way. There's no way they're giving people decibel meters. But that's also just clickbait.
What would you do with the illegal immigrants?
It's a good question. You know, the real problem is that they let 10 million people plus in over the last 4 years. And that's the thing that no one wants to address. Like, the only reason why there is this problem is because we had a fucking open border for 4 years where they actually encouraged people to come in. And they let in a bunch of violent criminals, and people have been killed, women have been raped, children have been killed. And they want to hide that data because they don't want to be held responsible for what they did over the last 4 years. The fact that that doesn't get the kind of outrage that it should, but then an ICE protester shooting a guy who is armed. Do you know what really is going on with the gun community about that guy who got that Alex Preddy guy?
Right. What about him?
Do you know the story?
Well, I know that what's his name got fired correctly.
Yes.
For saying, well, you shouldn't bring guns to fight the police, and all the 2A people were like, are you crazy? The whole point of the 2A is against the police.
Right. But that guy, so they disarmed him. He was carrying a SIG P320.
Okay.
SIG P320s are notorious for accidentally discharging. It appears, at least in videos that I've seen, and some people seem to verify this, that as one of the officers pulls the gun from him and walks away with it, it accidentally discharges.
Okay.
They think this guy has a gun still. Because
Okay.
they just pulled a gun from him.
Sure.
A gun went off. They think they're in a gunfight. Everything's happening split second. They empty on that guy. The two guys who kills him, both of them Mexican guys.
Right. Did you see? They look like
Which
the
is
village
crazy.
people. Did you not see them?
I didn't see.
Oh,
they showed their actual faces?
Oh, yeah. It's on my Twitter if you scroll back a few days, Jamie. They look like, I said, the village people. It would look straight up village people.
But what's crazy is how many Latinos are in ICE.
Why is that crazy? Trump got the Latino vote.
Well, it's not just that. It's like it's a really well-paying job.
Sure.
And they give you a big bonus to sign. I think, what is the bonus when you sign for ICE? I think it's like a great incentive.
But here's the other
I think
thing.
it's a lot of money.
Why that debate drives me crazy. If there's a hospital, right, and there's a nurse who's killing patients, which happens. You have these like Black Widow situations.
Right.
No one's going to say shut down the hospital or stop medicine. So even if this was a first-degree murder, let's assume for the sake of argument, that doesn't mean you should abolish ICE. It just means that guy should go to jail. Like, what does one thing have to do with the other?
Look at this. Signing bonus of up
$50,000.
to $50,000. $60,000 in student loan repayment, up to 25% in premium pay. I don't know what that means.
Probably overtime, maybe?
Premium pay? 25%? What does that mean? I don't know. But either way, just the $50,000 bonus. How many people are willing to take that job just for that? And then $60,000 in student loan repayment?
And it's great on your resume.
Yeah, well, you get your student loan paid off and you get a $50,000 bonus. Holy shit.
Right.
You can get a lot of people to do that.
And job security.
Yeah, and you can wear a mask.
It seems like a job like macho guys would enjoy.
Sure. And if you're desperate for work and if you can't find work and then all of a sudden this is like an answer to all your financial problems, a lot of people are going to do it.
So, but again,
you're also like very undertrained. Like they only train for 7 weeks.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But what's the answer though? No one has an answer.
Right. That's a good question because, there are a lot of violent criminals in this country that did get in over the last 4 years that do need to be removed. So what are you going to do?
But what do you do about the nonviolent ones?
Well, here's the thing. There was an interesting statistic. I think I sent it to you, Jamie, where they were saying only 14% of these people that they've arrested are violent criminals.
Okay.
But that's what they didn't say is that 60% of the people that they arrested had criminal history. And when you say nonviolent meaning what? What about strong arm robbery? What about a guy pulls a gun on you? How are you classifying?
That's got to be violent.
I bet it's not if you don't cause violence.
No, there's no way armed robbery isn't a violent crime.
If you do not cause violence, I wonder if they're categorizing it as violence. Like if you do not shoot someone, stab someone, beat someone, so you're not convicted of a violent crime. You're
Here's why I know
convicted
you're
of
wrong.
robbery.
Because they're doing everything in their power to make the gun violence numbers as high as possible. So if there's
Right.
any opportunity where a gun is involved, that will be counted as gun violence.
Perhaps, but you could rob people with a knife. You know,
Sure.
I mean, does that count? If you pull a knife on someone and you rob them, is that
You want to ask
considered a
perplexity?
violent crime?
I bet you it is.
I wonder. But either way, the misleading aspect of the article was that only 14% were violent criminals. But is that okay that the other fucking 46% are breaking into people's houses and robbing cars? And what about that?
But what about the 40% who just shouldn't be here?
Right.
Like, that's the question.
Right.
Like,
They all shouldn't be there.
Right. So what are you going to do?
Right. Okay, so here it is. 400,000 ICE arrests in Trump's first year. About 60% involved
Robbery,
individuals with
counts,
some
yeah.
criminal charges or convictions. However, only 14% had violent crime records, including as homicide, 2,100 arrests, sexual assault, 5,400, robbery, 2,700. So robbery. Nearly 40% lacked any criminal record, detained for civil immigration violations.
Wait, can we skip ahead? Look, this is what's so shameless. Arrests for nonviolent issues like DUI. I'm sorry. If you're doing DUI, you should
Right.
be deported.
Right.
That is a violent crime.
Well, you definitely cause death.
Right.
And destruction. Drugs, 22,000. DUI, 30,000. Outnumber severe violent crimes. But those are fucking bad crimes.
But I think this kind of is a distraction from.
Yes.
If you have 10 million people and they're all homemakers, like let's suppose they're the nicest people ever, are you comfortable with them just remaining here? And I don't think most people are.
No.
Then what do you do?
Rand Paul thinks that you should allow them to stay but not give them citizenship.
See, if birthright citizenship went away, a lot of this would be solved.
Right.
Right. If like you're not eligible for welfare,
Right.
you're not eligible for Medicaid, you could pay your taxes and income, but you're not getting the benefits. People can understand that argument, maybe.
Especially if you are illegal and then you come here specifically to have a baby and then
Anchor
you
baby,
could
yeah.
stay too. That's kind of crazy. That's a crazy law.
I think we're the only country that has that too.
Yeah.
So
China
yeah.
definitely doesn't.
So, well, I mean, no one's really banging on the door for Chinese citizenship, to be fair.
That's true.
Unless you're from North Korea, maybe. But yeah, so it's
It is a problem that doesn't have like a clear-cut solution that would make both sides happy. That's for damn sure.
well, I think one side is against it entirely, and many Republicans don't think it's worth, kind of overturning our whole society to get these 10 million people out. So
Right.
what's good? I mean, if we had 10 million Canadians come to America, that's not going to change the country. Like,
Right.
that makes no sense.
Right. Well, especially 10 million Canadians that could be violent criminals. Well, if you just have an open door.
They're not going to be violent. They're Canadian.
There's violent Canadians.
No.
Sure.
They're all. They need to be on the
They're
TRT.
drinking maple syrup.
Do you know about my enslaved Canada plan?
No.
Okay. This is. I want to get the exact. I have the exact numbers. Hold on here. So
Okay.
there are. I want to get this exactly right. 41 million Canadians.
Okay.
Now let's talk about reparations, right? So if I wreck your truck, and your truck is worth $10,000, I got to get you a brand new truck, or $10,000. That's reparations is restored.
Okay.
How can you have reparations for something as horrific as slavery? A check's not going to do it because there's no amount of money where I could say, you know what, you own my grandma, it's fine, right?
Right.
41 million Canadians, they've already demonstrated repeatedly that they don't want freedom through every action that they've taken. 42 million African and Black Americans. So slavery in the South was a horrific blot on America's past. So the opposite, slavery in the North, would be better. So we invade and enslave, #enslave Canada, and every African American gets one Canadian, and that's reparations. And then you never have to hear about slavery or racism again.
What a great idea.
And the big names can get the big names. So like Michelle Obama can get Gad Sad, right? Barack Obama is not African American. He's African. You don't get one.
Do you think that's real?
What's
the Kenyan thing?
Well, he was of African descent. He wasn't. His ancestors were never slaves. So
Right.
he's not due reparations.
Right.
In fact, his ancestors owned slaves, and so
Right.
did Kamala Harris's. Michelle Obama's ancestors were enslaved, so she gets Gad. Sorry, Gad. I'm not kidding. I think we should do it. It would solve Canada. It would solve our racism problem.
Canada just needs to be free.
Yeah,
They need a better government up there.
That's right, liberate them.
Trump ruined that.
What do you with the him? With
When he was saying they were
I
going to
know.
be our 51st state, he killed the Conservative Party because then everybody sort of united and said, "Hey, we've got to stop America from trying to turn us into the 51st state."
This Greenland thing, okay? let's talk about this. Okay, because I don't know if people know this. In the first term, what's her name? Marie Fredriksson, I think, is the prime minister of Denmark. Mm-hmm. They were going to have a meeting, and Trump's like, we want Greenland. And she's like, oh, haha, looking forward to, meeting you, Mr. President. And on Twitter, he cancels the meeting and goes, since the prime minister doesn't know her place, we're going to have to meet another time. And she's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And now they're saying, you could have Greenland to do anything you want. You want to dig for the minerals? Please bring industry there. Nope, we need to own Greenland. And they don't know, and I don't know what to make of his. Someone I saw on social media thinks he must be on the spectrum because he's so fixated on this thing that no one who's neurotypical has this kind of fixation. But what do you make of this whole Greenland thing?
I don't understand it. Do you know they offered us Greenland in the 1920s?
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But was it too much money or something?
How much was it? How much did they offer us Greenland for?
But I don't blame them for being like, what is going on?
It is crazy.
It's right.
So Denmark owns Greenland. Who's closer, Denmark or the United States?
We're closer to Greenland.
Then we should have it.
Why shouldn't Canada have it then?
No, fuck them.
This is what it must be like in Denmark right now, where they're like, what do we say?
Okay, did not offer itself to the United States in the 1920s. U.S. expressed interest in acquiring or basing in Greenland during that decade, but no formal offer came from Denmark. I thought there was negotiation.
That's what it's saying, yeah.
Okay.
A land swap idea.
Okay. For the U.S. Virgin Islands for $25 million. The U.S. bought the Danish West Indies, now U.S. Virgin Islands, for $25 million. What a deal. But affirmed Danish sovereignty over Greenland. 1920s U.S. Army General Billy Mitchell advocated for American air bases on Greenland and Iceland to expand air power, viewing them as strategically vital amid advancing technology. No purchase or secession offer emerged from Denmark. U.S. interests remained internal military advocacy without diplomatic action from Copenhagen.
We just got to give him a swap. We get Greenland, you get Puerto Rico.
So in 1947, go back to that. 1946, President Truman proposed $100 million in gold for Greenland, rejected by Denmark amid Cold War tensions. U.S. gained defense rights via 1941 agreement during World War II occupation of Denmark. How interesting is that? Like, we've been interested in Greenland forever. Oh, it's right there. That's ours. We should take it.
It's that fast route to Russia.
Well, yeah, because you have those straits on both sides.
Faster than going across.
But the thing is, they're already saying you could do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. Like, take a dump on it. We don't care. Like, we're happy to you to exploit it, please.
That's kind of crazy.
And he's like, nope, we got to own it. It's like, but why?
I guess he got it in his head that he could make it happen.
But this is really, like, the thing is, they're getting freaked out in Europe, not because he's being this aggressive, I think, not just, but also because it's like, what are we missing? Like, you and I, like, what are we missing here?
Right.
Like, what about Greenland would owning it change when you could do whatever you like, put more bases, we love it.
Oh, I don't know, man.
You've hung out with him. What's he like? Is he have a screw loose?
It's hard to say. I mean, I think anybody who wants to be president has a screw loose.
Sure.
And anybody who went through what that guy did.
Sure, of course.
What he went through over the last 4 years when Biden was in office, where they were trying to lock him up.
What about when he was president, what they went through?
Yeah, the Russiagate stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. It's kind of crazy. You would have to have a little bit of a screw loose. And now I think he's on a victory lap for sure. But he also wants to get a lot of stuff done because he knows he only has one term. And I think the Greenland thing, I understand the strategic implications, why you would want that, but I don't understand why you wouldn't just like accept a deal.
Right.
Where we could have bases there and use
we have bases there already, and we do whatever we want. Here's the other thing. This is the other one that I don't understand. We go to Venezuela. We basically teleport Maduro out. Right. Obviously, there was some kind of inside information, whatever. Who knows? And then everyone just stops talking about it.
I know,
and
right?
It's just like...
Well, the news cycle's crazy right now.
But what is going on in Venezuela? Did they change the government? I don't think they did.
They didn't change the government, but they got rid of the one guy that was a resistance. And a lot of people, like Kurt Metzger, thinks that what's going to happen is during the trial, they're going to reveal that Maduro was involved in rigging the 2020 election.
The American 2020?
Yes, because there is some sort of a connection with Venezuela and the 2020 election and the voting machines.
Wait, okay. I love Kurt. I was one of the people at his birthday party. When I say I love him, I mean ironically and non-ironically, I think he's the best.
I love him too.
I don't see any route where they would need the theater of a trial to release this sort of information.
Right. I agree. But I think that having him in America and making a deal with him, look, bitch, we already kidnapped you. We killed all your guards.
I think if I could out Kurt, I would bet this. I would bet a lot of money. I would not be surprised. I'm not going to bet that this is already a deal. That they told him either you come to jail with us, wink, wink, or we'll take you out. And he's like, you're not fine. I'll retire in America. That would make more sense to me.
They did some wild stuff over there. Like they used some sound weapon to like incapacitate everybody, and they went in and executed them all.
Is that all? How much of that's
not
confirmed?
a single U.S. soldier was shot.
Right.
And everybody was down. Like the people that are talking about it that were on the ground saying it was crazy. They shut off all the power.
Right.
They shut off all the radar systems, and then all of a sudden, fucking helicopters, drones, everything was there. This sound weapon was used. Everybody was incapacitated.
Right.
They came in, gunned down. Like, how many people did they kill? I forget how many people
It was
they
like 100,
killed.
wasn't it?
They killed a lot of people, but they killed them with no resistance.
But
They
I
just-
thought it was very clear that we had some kind of inside information.
I'm
That
sure we had
someone
that as well.
Yeah, someone on the inside was like working with us in terms of where he is.
I'm sure there was that as well, but
Yeah.
there was this
When I saw
narrative.
that photo of him getting arrested, I thought it was AI because it looks so crazy and ridiculous. And if I went a year ago and said Trump's going to arrest Maduro, and I'm like, arrest him for what? It's just like I don't know what's real anymore.
Right.
Here's an article from The Guardian from November 2025.
Okay. Trump's DOJ investigating unfounded claims.
Yep.
Venezuela helped steal 2020 election. Like, so how do you
Oh,
know
let me
it's
skip-
unfounded
I know, I'm
until
gonna
you
skip ahead.
investigate? This is these fuckers.
Let me skip ahead to
The
this.
Guardian's pretty bad with that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
they're gross.
This stuff is where it's interesting because this guy works for the CIA, I think, and he has a quote down here where he says he doesn't deal with bullshit, kind of. I don't dabble.
So
in
he does.
conspiracy
He thinks
theories.
it's bullshit.
Well, I was just trying to have you read it because
Yeah, he says I don't dabble in conspiracy theories.
Sure, you don't. You're in the CIA.
Right.
We don't dabble. We make them. Okay. Who knows?
Wait,
This is
scroll-
what Kurt believes. This
Yeah,
is
wait,
not
keep-
my theory.
Keep scrolling down. I want to see what he's saying that Venezuela did.
Yeah. What is their
Yeah, what-
accusation?
Yeah, keep scrolling down. I want to see there's nothing about what they did.
Well, that would be contributing to the conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I guess.
Mr. Malice.
Yeah.
They don't want to do that in The Guardian. Who knows?
But why would they need
We'll find out. Another awesome chapter of Game of Thrones.
I mean, I still don't understand. Like, it was a lot of people were butthurt correctly that we shouldn't be doing regime change, but the regime didn't change.
Right. We just got rid of one guy and kidnapped him.
Right,
And brought him to America.
But like, if you get rid of Trump, Vance becomes president. You're not changing the government at all.
Right.
So like, what are we doing here?
I don't know.
here's a discussion in the Journal of Democracy about how Maduro stole Venezuela's vote and some of these.
That is very widely accepted as real.
Right,
that
that's
he's
accepted.
I'm seeing these keywords that are popping out as like the same stuff I'm hearing in our election dispute. Ballot receipts, people checking voter polls. Later that evening, people were saying that that's not what I did. I don't know. It's a lot. But.
Right.
The other question is what's going on with Iran?
Well, it looks like we're about to go in.
Are we? Are you sure?
Well, they're preparing.
But I mean, that's always it's great to shake your fist.
Shadow, yeah,
Right.
yeah, saber rattling.
So it's like it's. I feel like all of us are like looking around, being like, "What's
What
happening?"
the fuck is going on? Yeah, every day is what the fuck is going on.
Right.
And you're just trying to like live a normal life.
Yes.
Which is what everybody really wants, but they're preventing you from doing that with constantly being assaulted by new information that scares the shit out of you.
And it's
all day
also there's
long.
no context for us to understand this. Like we understand the Saddam situation, right? You go in, you conquer a country, kill a lot of people. It's a nightmare bloodbath that was unnecessary. Saddam gets hanged. We know that story. Like we're just gonna come in, pull out one guy who's the president, and
his
leave,
wife.
and his wife, and everything will
Yeah.
go back. It's just like. I remember the Democrats were like, what do we say to this? This has never happened before.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just overwhelmed. I think I share the feeling that most Americans have right now. We're just every day, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
But I feel like it's escalating.
Oh,
it wasn't this
definitely.
crazy during his first term.
No. The world is escalating.
Yes.
What is this? Venezuelan oil gets shipped to Israel for the first time in years. Oh boy.
Yeah, that happened last week. So as I'm just looking up, we assumed control of the country, I think, in some way.
Did
or
we?
another.
Like I think we got their oil,
Until
right?
they found a better way to have people run it, but I don't know that.
Well, that was the other thing that Trump said. What are we going to do with the oil tanker? We're going to keep it.
Yeah. It's like what? Like how do we get to do this? Like if you are.
They're sending the oil to Israel.
So Venezuela saying it's fake.
Venezuela plans to send its first shipment of crude oil to Israel in 17 years, part of opening up the country's exports following the U.S. abduction of President Nicolas Maduro.
I did have to go to probably not a great source, the Middle East Eye. I don't know.
Well,
what that
Bloomberg's
is.
a rep.
Yeah, but that's the one I couldn't.
Yeah.
Past the thing. There's
Oh, but it seems like
Jerusalem
it's the
Post.
same story. on
Jerusalem
Bloomberg.
Post. Yeah, they're not going to be lying about this stuff. Yeah.
First shipment to Israel.
Well, I think
Wow.
all they're saying is they've
It's
restored
fabricated.
relations between Venezuela and
Well, they
Israel.
probably control relations now. I mean, it's essentially the U.S. is probably in control of their oil
Oh,
distribution.
I think that's explicit, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But it's still like.
Well, that was the other thing. Is bringing in all these companies. They're all going to do it. But apparently their oil is like very difficult to acquire.
Is that
It
right?
requires, yeah, their oil is not like simple like Texas oil. Dig a hole in the ground, pull it out. It's like it's all. It has to be processed with all these chemicals. It's apparently like the consistency of asphalt.
Okay.
And it has to be broken down. It's very expensive. And this is why, was it the CEO of Exxon? One of the companies said that it would never work.
Oh.
Yeah, that the infrastructure is not in place. You know, and then Trump was upset at him for being a negative Nancy.
I think anytime you start to. Did you really? Whenever you start talking about regime change, that's something that's very scary.
Yeah.
Historically.
And always turns bad.
Yeah.
Like Libya and all these other
Iran
places. Yeah,
in
Iran,
1979.
Iraq. Yeah. All these
So
places.
it's just like.
It's never good.
Like, yeah, but then at the same time, we're like, what do we do? Like, what's plan B? Gavin Newsom? Do you know what I mean?
What's he going to do?
Right,
Allow
what's he-
everything to
right.
happen. Senior Trump administration officials have vowed to maintain control over Venezuelan oil exports for an indefinite period. Indefinite is weird, in quotes. Secretary of State Marco Rubio claiming that the Venezuelan acting government headed by Delcy Rodriguez needs to submit a budget request before accessing the country's oil proceeds. Whoa. So we just took over Venezuela, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we just took over their oil.
Yeah,
Like
but also the country.
No, but
It's
aren't
like
the people
they-
still being oppressed as hell?
Yeah, but the government essentially is like we're running that government.
I don't think we are,
probably.
though.
We probably tell them what they can and can't do.
No, I think that's
No?
the thing, that they're still.
It's just the oil.
Right. Can I talk about something fun?
Yeah.
I am finishing a project I've been working on for 25 years.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I'm excited to talk to you about it.
What is it?
So there was this band from the 80s who were called Rubber Rodeo that combined punk and country, right? And I was looking at this compilation that I got in 1994. I sent Jamie the picture. And I was staring at this photo trying to make heads or tails of this band because, can you pull it up? Yeah. It's you'll show you the photo, you'll see what I mean by it. Because there are a bunch of kids in these like kind of square dancing uniforms with no affect on their face whatsoever. And the singer, she's in this Dolly Parton wig and this big square dancing dress and just staring right at the viewer. I'm like, are they joking? Like, what's up with these people? And I met them, and they were art school kids. They were not joking. They were, there it is, that photo. So you see, I'm like, are they kidding? Are they not kidding? Her name's Trish.
And this is from the 80s?
This is from the 80s. They got signed the same day as Bon Jovi by the same guy. And he said, I'm taking you both to #1. So I wrote a screenplay about them because it's kind of like a Spinal Tap story because they're on stage at punk clubs doing jokes like, hey, Bob, I'm exhausted. Why are you exhausted, Bob? Oh, the couple in the next hotel room were up all night eating candy bars. Candy bars? Yeah, she kept yelling, oh, Henry, oh, Henry. Right? So it's this complete, like, what are you even doing here? But the guy who did the keyboards for the band did the animation for American Splendor. And through him, I met Harvey Pekar, who later wrote a book about me in 2006.
Is he that guy that went nuts on Letterman?
I'm so glad you know who Harvey is.
Yeah.
So Harvey started the idea.
He's a comic book guy, right?
Right. He started the idea of writing autobiographical comics in the 70s. From Off the Streets of Cleveland, Here Comes American Splendor. It's an ironic title because his life was not exactly very splendid. He was a file clerk, kind of a miserable person. He hated being called a curmudgeon. And amazingly, when the film came out in 2000 and was it 2000? I think it was something like that. 2001. He flew back to New York to do Stern, and the producer of the film, Ted Hope, sent out an email that said, Harvey's in town with nothing to do. If you want to hang out with him, this is your chance. And I'm the only person who took him up on it. And I go there, and he's on his bed, and he, spoiler alert, he died in 2010 on my birthday, which was not a fun email to get. Anyway, and he's got this really weird way of talking. He's like, I'm really fucked up, man. And I pointed out to him, since everything in his life was a disaster, his movie got a wide release the weekend of the blackout. There was this big fucking blackout. He's like, oh, God damn it. And that was the weekend I had a fish tank. And I'm trying to keep them alive with no electricity, and it did not work out. Oh. So he wrote a book about me, and that screenplay fell by the wayside. But because it's kind of like Spinal Tap. You know, it's this kind of funny story about, you know, when you're young, and anyone out there who's listening to this, when you're young, go for it. Be stupid. If you're going to fail, it's okay. It's still something exciting to try and to do, which they certainly did. And now I'm like, wait a minute, this converts to a graphic novel very easily. There's a guy named Eric July who has this whole kind of empire. He did a Kickstarter. He made like $1 million for his first one. It's called the Rippaverse. And now they're at a point where you don't have to go through DC or Marvel to produce your product. So I'm super excited about it. Again, I started this in 2000, and now it's finally 26 years later coming to fruition. So
awesome.
Unwantedbook.com.
All right.
I'm just really kind of, it's very intense, this, because here's the other thing. What I was at Gold's, and I had basically what was the opposite of a nervous breakdown, where all the parts of my brain slid into place, where I realized this story I wrote in 2001, what happens if you do all these things, try to be original and go nowhere? Like, those are my fears when I was starting out. What if I end up like them, have nothing to show for it? And 25 years later, that experiment's been run. You know, I could pay my rent as a kind of creative person. And if they were around today, they could probably pay their rent, because it's much easier as a band to kind of build an audience. But it's a very funny story, but it's also a very dark one. And it's largely true.
All right.
So I'm just stoked that
we'll end it on a happy note.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Always good to see you.
Always a pleasure.
Congratulations on the face paint.
Wait till you see the next one.
Oh, no. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.